Hello, hello, hello. I think my microphone just shit itself by looks of things. Might need to... 1 second. There we go. Should be back. Sorry about that. Hopefully. It's less that I'm silent and more that OBS was messing with me. Hopefully that should be fixed right now. I hope. It's over? No, it's not over. It's just OBS being a little bit silly. Sometimes it will distort the microphone audio for whatever reason. And I need to just restart OBS to fix it. I don't know why. But I can't be bothered to figure it out. The easiest thing is just to do a quick restart of the audio. We're up and running now, I hope. As it does say, there we are. I pray that means we are working. Hello, Christy. Hello, Edster. Hello, Floof. Did I see Floof or did he poof? I love that YouTube's chat system decided to hide Floof's messages. That's hilarious to me. It showed me Chrissy's messages, it showed me Edster's messages, but Floof, nah, we're hiding his stuff. He said a no word, and we are punishing him for it. Yeah, let's see here. Last time we had to end because the Alpine team decided that Ty was not going to get the same car as everyone else. Has been fixed. He now has been given the same car as everyone else. The penalty has been solved. And I'll be hopefully releasing a video after this where I kind of go over why it's annoying to fix the issue. And also basically just talking a little bit about how you can edit expertise yourself. With that said, I think we are ready to just get started. Currently, RB has a pretty healthy lead with the two RB drivers kind of having a squabble, 5 points between them. We have SE, Luna, the Duck, and Floof's Redemption, who by all odds should end up behind Suzuka before this is over. That would be the dream. We shall see how this goes. Next up, we have Bahrain. Let's just get started. The Phantom Floof who hides in the shadows. His tuny face has begun. Rather, it never left, I guess. Don't say that. Lee McLaren will always mess it up. Honestly, you have two choices here, Edster. And choice number one, beat Floof straight up on the track. And then choice number two, take him out. Hello, Mike. How you doing? Life with no XP stuff. Is YouTube not granting you any XP, Christy? The punishment being meted out here. You may not gain XP. Okay. Apparently my first lap it might not be good enough when Maldonado is already beating us up. I really should have buffed my drivers a little bit. I keep on forgetting to do that, but let's say the most important part is just to ensure, as Maldonado goes at full half a second quicker. The first priority is just to ensure that we actually have the participants having all the buffs they need. Danger Man now, going pretty quick. I don't think I can say the funny because it has a swear. Don't be so angry, Floof. Danger Man, to the top. 28-3. And Rudolph is going quicker here. Tough, though. Ah, Tough actually got out of the way. Tough could have ruined that run. Where is Rudolph gonna be placed here? It's not Pole. Danger Man is quicker. Bit interesting. I think we need to send out the pastry once more right away. Just to be on the safe side. Even if it sabotages a little bit. Seems like it's gonna be okay. So far, we haven't actually sabotaged anyone. Ethan, SCP, pole position, Floof, and Gigi Baba are currently set for a non-show in Q2. Drift with today's first lockup.
Let's have a look as we go into the 13th corner.
I thought the first priority was for me to be last.
And hopefully there's not
Oh,
too much damage to the tires.
that's a penalty. Almost killed the Alpine there. Almost had the Alpine be a victim. Luna, no. Those unaware, Luna is the Haas teammate and also has done way better in qualifying so far than the teammate who's currently on the brink down here.
Save a bit of fuel, please.
Yeah, currently waiting. Living Duck Kick, qualifying specialist. I think we are through. We'll have to see if Suzuka, Ethan, Moreno, SCP, and pole position can do anything. Right now, SCP is actually trying. Purple first sector. Green middle. Not bad. That is a terrible run here from Ethan. Not enjoying his Williams stint at all. The SCP goes fastest in Q1, and with that, Redemption is now in danger with 4 minutes left on the clock. We have another yellow flag, very short one, and it is Ethan.
It was the Williams driver we see there.
It's had a bit of a moment.
They go.
At least he didn't try and take anyone out while doing so. Drift now on a second run has gone a lot quicker and is a lot safer. That is good news. But yeah, both McLarens, Ethan, Moreno, and Floof's Redemption in danger. As Moreno 5/10 down in first sector, needs a little bit more. Red Bull in the way. Maldonado goes quicker. Petrov now to the line. Goes third fastest, and with that, they should be safe. It's not looking good for Moreno. 3/10, 5/10 down in the first sector compared to third and fourth here. What can the final sector offer? 22-4. Improves, but is still in danger. Is Floof going to knock out an Alpine? Or is he going to take the sacrifice himself? Right now, it looks like an Alpine is going to be knocked out, but that's a lot of traffic. Williams does get out of the way, and Floof moves up to fastest. Damn. With improvement. Bolo here has not had a good first sector. Half a second off. Pole position is improving. 7/10 up on Bolo. That's insane. Suzuka has had a terrible first sector. Down by over a second. I think Bolo is out here. We know Moreno is out. Ethan is out. What about Bolo? Bolo is out. Pole position might actually make it out at the cost of Baba. Baba does not seem like he will improve at all. What can the McLaren driver do here? To the line. Fourth fastest, Suzuka. Cannot improve. 21st on the docket here. So Suzuka, Ethan, Bolo, Moreno, and Baba out in Q1 here in Bahrain. Did I jinx you into pole? Because this doesn't look like pole to me, Floof. Hello, David. No pace cheese. Hello, Lando. You arrived with some pace. Yeah. If you need to stop jinxing yourself. Like, I don't even need to put in any effort at this point. You just shoot yourself in the leg constantly. It's kind of painful to watch.
Okay.
Are we sure all cars are equal? I'm not blaming you now, it just seems ridiculously slow. I checked before the stream. They are all equal, yeah. Unless the AI has decided to slap on, like, finalize a new part, you know, on Friday during the race week and slap it on. That's the only way they would have penalized you.
And try to cool it down in the inlap.
But we can take a look. I think you have one of the more interesting driver builds, but when everyone has, you know, nearly 100 points more in pace than you do end up suffering a little bit, unfortunately. We've started doing Aero's job for him. Well, we appreciate that. I haven't shot myself in the leg, I just straight up hacked it off. Aldonado goes 4,000 quicker. Petrov and Dark Cloud, half a second off the pace. Verstappen sets a new pole position. Luna sets a new pole position. What about the qualifying monster Living Duck here? Been a while since we've seen the Sauber on pole, if I'm not mistaken, as Flufig goes second fastest. We're gonna send the pastry out as soon as those cars have done their first run here. Try and not sabotage anyone. Duck, what can you do? Another purple. It is provisional pole. SCP splits the Hasses. Andoporus likes it when it's wet out. It's not going to be that in Bahrain. With this, I do believe that everyone is on a fast lap, so we're going to send the pastry out. What can the bottom four do? Ando goes 8th. That is not going to be good enough, I think. What about Danger Man? A little bit of traffic in that final corner. Goes 6th fastest. Tough. Oh, that is definitely not good enough. And here we see Daly and pole position. Butt to butt, as they say. That could hurt at least one of their lap times. And it hurts Dailies quite a bit because for some stupid reason the AI starts braking before they reach the line. Pole position is 9th fastest. With that, both Mercedes are in trouble, including Rudolph, Mike, Daly, and Tough. And Pando is also not safe as it stands currently. Dark Cloud is out on a improved runner, I do believe. So is my pastry. Yeah, Dark Cloud is improving. We'll not have time for another run after this. This is do or die here for the Mercedes. The curse of doing an all-rounder build? Yeah. That's the reason why I put you... I'm pretty sure I put you first on the interesting build section. Because of that. You needed that buff. What can Dark Cloud do here? Oh, Dark Cloud is out. Pastry is also in trouble here, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit too late to call into the pits. Yeah, I might. We might have a simulated Q3 here. I'm sorry about that. Do this. And Pastry make it in time so we can have another go at it. It would force me to take manual control. Yeah, it's not happening. Well, we pray. There's some competitors here that could definitely improve lap times. Petrov, one of the first ones. Not good enough, I do believe, though. The first sector leaves much to be desired. And all in all, yeah, both Mercedes are out as it stands. So freaking Tough, too. Does not have a good first sector. Pando is improving. This is going to be enough. Good first sector from Daly here, now that no one is causing him pain and suffering by being up his butt. Purple from SCP in the first sector, but we are interested here in who gets eliminated. 3 cars with 26 trees here. Rudolph, Mike, and Arindawal. Tough did not improve. Pando does also not improve. What can Daly do here? Can Daly get the improvements that are needed? And Daly moves to 9th. That might not be good enough. As we see here, Rudolph improves enough. What about Mike? Mike gets out of danger, and with that, Daly gets knocked out alongside pole position. Ando, Petrov, Dark Cloud, and So Freaking Toof. The SCP quickest in Q2. I shared my testing result with 4 people, and all of them are currently in Q3. Curious. If admits to collaborating with other teams, I believe we need to DNF, or rather DSQ, the Hasses for inter-team collaboration. Do we feel the Hasses have illegally benefited from this testing? Should they be eliminated? Why am I participating? I think about it. I'm happy that I didn't steal anything. But yeah, we'll try and avoid that. Currently, Floof is quickest in queue in the first sector. Hope to see if that actually holds through. But yeah, I'm happy that my drivers are slow. That way I can't steal the pole position point this time around. Thank you so far. Floof seems to be the big winner. Verstappen, though, if Floof has a poor first sector, could take it away. Sorry, poor final sector. And it does have a poor final sector. Floof being let down here, beaten by both VCOMs and the SCP, for having a terrible, terrible final sector. What can we see here from Danger Man? 8th as things stand. Living Duck, not having a good time in qualifying here, even though they made it to Q3. 1/10 separates the top 4. With 3/10 separating the top 7. With confidence built, track ramping, we could definitely see some upsets here as Luna goes very early enough that traffic could be an issue. We're still waiting for a number of cars to leave the pits here. As Luna now will just have 1 Red Bull to contend with, so not as bad. But this means that some other cars further back will also have to deal with traffic. What can Luna do here? Final runs in Q3. Let's go. Hello, Justin. Yes, it's the what's up. Would you like to give me a number for my driver? I need to check. Quick. Sorry, I need to just pause this for a second. Problem is, the number that I would pick is retired, so you can pick whichever number you feel fits me the best, Mike. Honestly. There we go. Luna did improve. Pole position currently in Haas's hands, as Living Duck is having a very similar time on their run. Floof 2, a good first sector. Purple final sector if Living Duck puts it on provisional pole. What can Floofster do? Aldonado is already 4/10ths down. It's not looking good for challenge there. Top 3 for the Haas. Can the VCOPs respond, or are we going to see a return of the Haas's here? A great first sector from Ty. Are we going to see an Alpine pole here? Maldonado, no real improvement, 4 tenths down. Mike, no real improvement, 2 tenths down. Dangerman, not a good first sector, already 3 tenths down and probably going to be out of it. What can we see here from SCP and Rudolph? Verstappen, currently 4th still. No improvement from Rudolph. What about the SCP? Proves time does not improve position. With that, we are seeing Living Duck back on the pole position slot with 2 Hasses behind. This could be the their start, basically, of Haas coming back to form. Would be interesting to see what they can do. When I played football or anything like that, I played with 17, yeah. So that's the one that I would have used, yeah. We shall leave it to roll the constant. Yeah, roll a d100. Let me hit that 100 just to mess with Floof. Okay. Bahrain. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. The final. And this is it. The Bahrain Grand Prix.
Bahrain Grand Prix. I see a couple of medium
And
tires.
it's lights out, and away we go.
Okay, great start here from Living Duck, but I do see a green car in the pits. GG Baba has done some modifications to their vehicle. So as we see, a Living Duck starts. We have Maldonado and Daly as well as Suzuka on the mediums to start with. Let's see how this race start goes. Drift gets a better run than Floofster. And with the Alpine also following, we could see Floof falling a couple of positions here. Or we could see Haas on Haas violence. Never mind. Gets it back immediately. Clean start. Love to see it. And we do have some used softs here. That means there's going to be some early pit stops. After start here. Sorry. SCP up 1, Mike up 1, Dangerman up 1. And just a little bit of tussling. As we are used to. Come on, Floof AI, we can win this. Why are we on used tires? Baba has been baba'd by Nero. Well, I haven't taken him out yet. There was that one season where we assassinated someone, and hopefully we can avoid that this time. But the Living Duck here and the 2 Hasses are getting a little bit of distance made. Mike is currently the biggest tire eater out there, and I think that is going to hurt. Less than 77% by the end of the first lap here. Yeah, that's gonna sting, and most likely Mike here is going to be the catalyst for creating a gap, which is not going to benefit Rudolph. Rudolph's going to be held up if that happens. But so far, everyone is still going full beans, if you will, full push. Asses have taken a 1-2 here, and if everything should remain as is somehow, Rudolph will take the lead in the championship, but Unadrift will start reeling in, and Floof might even become a part of this by the end. Remember, we have 5 races to go. It's still all to play for here. We still haven't seen teammate on teammate violence, so we're waiting for that to happen as well. Rudolph will take the lead. Apparently. Oh, dang. Sorry, Verstappen will take the lead. For a moment there, I saw Rudolph. Finally up to P15 already. Medium's doing work, but Bolo here has somehow lost 5 seconds. Like, there's a gap forming in the back, and we've had an incident. Lando has committed terrorism on Pando Pudas, I do believe.
Oh, we've had a crash.
Is it the McLaren terrorism, or is it Pando that is committing it? No, that is McLaren terrorism for sure.
And for the crew watching on in the garage,
That is McLaren terrorism committed against poor old Pando. And potentially a messed up gearbox. And with that pole position, we'll need to get a new front wing. How did you mess up both ends of your front wing? Penalty as deserved, given the way of Pole Postier. We'll take that. Hello, Turbo. It just finally turned into me. Is what the McLaren driver is reporting on the radio. The Lance Stroll defense of running into someone from behind under a safety car. Well, to be fair, if a race was going to have this happen, it was probably this one that was the best option, as Pando also comes into pit lane. But that is rear wing damage for Pando, I'm pretty sure. And for pole position here, we didn't actually get to see it from the McLaren's perspective. Hard tires? Okay. I think we need to have a talk, McLaren, because time considerations, compound performance. You see this. You see the hard tire compared to a medium tire. That is nearly 5/10. 45 hundredths if you want to be a little precise. You see the difference in degradation between a soft and a medium tire. Sorry, a medium and a hard tire. It's 100. If you run a medium versus a hard, it takes 45 laps before the hard becomes faster. And by then, you would have switched off both tires anyways. Never use a hard here. McLaren has committed a tactical sin that they should be disqualified for. Finally leave again, you'll jinx me. Crash to overtake. I don't think you're overtaking anything on those hards, Lando. I'm not gonna lie. If you overtake something on those hards, I will be impressed. How are you gonna hold anyone up when you're already a pit stop behind? More than a pit stop behind. Split train fine. It's imaginable. Yeah, Bolo's not having a good time, clearly. Ethan is trying to get by, but it's not easy as it turns out. And Bolo gets a mechanical failure during that flight. Mike is eating tires here at a tremendous level, but even so, managed to launch an overtake, and Rudolph gets blocked. Gets blocked hard, and with that, Maldonado sneaks by. Rudolph down into 7th. But yeah, both Mike and Baba are eating those tires, and Baba is just holding up the other McLaren. That's the pain train for you. And here we have the other pain train, led by a Red Bull. Why do I feel like half the builds here are just here to, you know, cause pain for others? As doesn't even get pushed wide, but does finally come into pit lane right there. We'll have to see now if the McLaren can get ahead. And that's a hard tire for the Red Bull. Tragedy has struck. That is really, really bad. Are we going to see all the AI use hard tires? Baba's given a fresh soft here. That could be undercutting at least some cars here potentially. But yeah, they've committed a sin here, and they will be punished for it. With that though, the top 4 are doing their own little thing. We have SCP leading the charge behind with the rest of the point scorers. And then the Williams are creating a little bit of a gap to the rest further down the field. Hello, Mike Manuel. Who had a double DNF? No, I did not have a double DNF. We're doing a viewer championship where basically every single one of these drivers is made by one of my subscribers, one of the people on my Discord, and I have my 2 cars retire, and then we allow the AI to race it out to see who made the best build in a given season. So we're basically just watching the AI race and judging them harshly for the silly strategies they employ. That's what's going on here, McManuel. I have 36 more smoothness. Yeah, but to be fair, you were also in traffic far more than GG Baba, so it would not surprise me if you had a lot more heat into your tires. That made a difference, but we've also seen the AI do some pretty aggressive pushing, which could also cause those issues. Baba, the surf driver of the year vote for real. Can't hold someone up that is slower than you. Well, currently, as you're about to face the hard tire war, how do we feel about that? But yeah, currently Baba is not the fastest car on track. That goes to Living Duck, I believe. But it's definitely fast enough that some of these cars up ahead are going to be undercut as Living Duck and Drift comes in at the same time. Medium tire for Duck, that is great. Oh, it's another slow stop for Haas. Soft tire. Daly has been given a soft. Petro has been given a soft. Is that hard tire? No, that's medium for the SCP, I do believe. Ethan has 2 been granted mediums. SCP sneaks out just ahead of Suzuka here. With that, first set of pit-stops have kind of started here. And we could see Mike playing the role of being in the way to the fullest of its ability here. Drift and Living Duck has gone out ahead. Dark Cloud is currently causing a little bit of pain holding them up alongside Moreno and Bolo. But I didn't actually realize Sloof pitted early and is in net first at the moment. How has this happened? That's not how it's supposed to go. Yeah, Bolo and Dark Cloud now are both coming in. Soft tire for the Red Bull, medium for the Mercedes. What are they going to give Suzuka here? Is it a hard tire to maximize pain? No, it's actually a soft tire. Take that for sure. Yeah. The Redemption has Zuck into a net first there without me realizing, and it's heresy of the highest order. Hello, Davidson. It's going good. I have a bit of a problem with my leg, so it'll be a shorter stream today because I need to go see a specialist at the hospital later, but other than that, I'm doing good. Race leader comes in. It is a medium tire. What about Danger Man? It's a soft tire. No one else has gone for the hard trap just yet. Verstappen comes out in 5th, and with that, Redemption here has gotten himself into a net first position. Oh no, Cosby, we're about to double stack. I think you guys are good. They did split you this time, Christy. I'm 2 seconds lap slower than the other medium runners. Yeah, I'm just slow. Unfortunately, that does seem to be the case, yes. This is kind of fixed their pit crew, man. Just how many slow stops they've had. Well, you can either have a slow pit crew or a McLaren pit crew. You can pick. Soft tires for Rudolph. Saving those mediums for later. With that, comes out into so much traffic, down to 9th here. Potentially even further. Moreno will need to pit soon. But that is literally the only saving race. That and Maldonado. But the picked cycle has not been kind to the V-Carbs. I would say the Hasses came out ahead on that one. Verstappen is finding the Living Duck at the moment. Sort of bring that imbecile set that give you the pit crew. You can choose between a pit crew that makes mistake or a pit crew that makes you strategically unsound, Luke. Which one do you want? I think I'll go for the hard trap. Oh, we've had a crash between Duck and Verstappen.
We've got a yellow flag here.
The curse works again. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. And with that, Verstappen got away with light damage to, I assume, the front wing. Yeah, just a little bit of an end plate missing there. Not a huge deal. But Duck is a little bit more than an end plate missing. And that is going to be a bigger deal. Verstappen got away with that. The penalty, though, 5 seconds, is not going to be good. That could definitely have a huge effect when it comes to the second pit stop. Yeah, that is not good for Living Duck here. Living Duck has not been lucky so far. Been qualifying well, but haven't been able to capitalize. And this is just another example of the terrible luck that has been following the Sauber driver this season. And here we see Flip jinxing himself by saying both hands unaffected. Do you think the mods, I assume you meant, will be able to adapt F1-24 for the 26 regulation? I don't know. I honestly don't know what the mods will be able to do. I think we'll get like grid updates, maybe some livery updates, but I don't think the models themselves will be changed, honestly. But we'll have to see what the modders decide to do. Not a violent enough crash, I disprove. In other news, pole position right now on those hards. Basically dead last. This is a man that disproves of the lack of violence in that incident. Is Living Duck going to get revenge here? As long as Living Duck stays out and both Verstappen and Duck has low confidence, we could see another incident between these two. As Babanau comes in the pit lane for their second stop, 18 laps in. On average, 9 laps between tire changes here. And I think we'll be seeing a lot of drives on hards purely because of that. But yeah, Babanau onto a medium. Have to put in some work. Meanwhile, Maldonado has made these mediums last. Probably going to go around 20 laps on them. I think we'll see most cars visit the hards eventually. So Mike here, who is getting DRS pulled by fresher mediums, fresher hards, might actually benefit from this. Maldonado now actually comes in as pole position runs wide, and that is a soft tire for the Ferrari driver. Comes out into a decent gap here, as Verstappen has been penalized with a mechanical fault as well. Nothing going right now for the VComp team. Positive news, Rudolph has made it up to 7th, but a couple of pit stops did help with that. And Verstappen's fault here is what exactly? It's the ERS. ERS has had a problem. That is not good. Now Drift here is going to have to try and get by Duck without crashing. That's going to be a challenge. Motorsport Manager released in 2016. Modders put in models for the 22 and maybe 23 cars. Unfortunately, they stopped making mods for the game. Yeah, the thing is, though, I don't think we can really... You can mod liveries in this game. I don't think you can really do too much with the models, tracks, and things like that. So you're kind of limited on what you can change. And that is kind of a limitation, if you will, for 2024. Pit stop issue from the McLarens. I guess we'll have to take a look at this so we can feel a little bit better.
Oh, but it's slow. That's so unfortunate for the team.
Oh god, I'm in throwing territory. You are in throwing territory, and you do have a terrorist behind you. The terrorist comes through. No incident this time. You're running side by side. This is when my jinx needs to work its magic, and we see another incident. It would be nice to release me, McLaren. Yeah, McLaren has learned from the Haas there. Right now, currently, we are seeing some cars here, creating some gaps. Pole position is about to be lapped as things stand. Kloof and Verstappen are fighting for the lead. Living Duck and Drift are fighting for third and fourth. Duck is actually making that damage front wing work for him. Then we have Petrov leading the gaggle of cars for 6th and 7th. Then Danger Man leading the rest of the point contenders. Mike has been left behind now. But as I mentioned, getting done with the hard stint early might actually benefit him in the long run. We'll have to see. As fastest lap goes to SCP, one of the healthier medium runners right now. Currently, though, Haas on Haas violence seems to be on the menu. Now I'm close to being lapped, able to turn into the goat Lance Stroll. Say what again, Turbo? What did I misspeak? Currently, though, I am curious how this one is gonna end here. Is this gonna be the chance that Haas needs to get back into this? Duck comes in the pit lane. Are they gonna give him a new front wing, or is he gonna the curse? As Mike also comes in, Verstappen's mechanical fault has evolved. New front wing there, soft tires for both cars, and does stay ahead of the Red Bull here, slightly enough. But that is traffic then. Daly, Bolo, Moreno, and Dark Cloud, but with Daly leading the charge, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Daly has pretty fresh tires. And for Mike here, mechanical failure. What ails the Red Bull? It's an ERS issue, very similar to what Verstappen is suffering from. Now, ERS could go bang-bang with just a drop in pace, no DNF, so it's not going to end their race, but it is going to slow them down a bit. Usoft Scientific Crew. Second Red Bull now coming in for another set of soft tires. What awaits Bolo? Is it another set of used softs? Used softs does seem to be the theme this weekend. There we go. Tough. Did not manage to get Bolo, and it's another set of used softs that goes on that car. Robert races a Time Muncher. To be fair, Time Muncher races do tend to be more interesting. A lot of switches of position. How many 3 stops have we had? So currently, we've had not that many. 3. Well, we currently have 2 stops. 3 of them, I think. Yep, 3 of them so far. So not all bad as Dark Cloud comes in. But I think we're gonna see. We're not even halfway through this race. We could see 5 stops here from some. As things stand, we could see a 5-stopper, which would be wild. Throughout the season, I think most races have been 2 to 3 stoppers, so quite a few. I'm going for that 5-stop strategy. Sometimes the drivers need to learn how to conserve, but we don't do that here. Looks like Verstappen has stabilized. Penalty is still going to need to be served, but they have left Luna behind, and if they can extend that gap to 5 seconds, that basically leaves Verstappen very, very happy. So what ancient language are you speaking? I'm speaking the language of strategy. You wouldn't understand. Back marker. Sorry, Lando, I had to. You gave me the opportunity, it had to be taken. But yeah, Rudolph, SCP side by side. We are going to see a lot of this swapping. Currently, though, Verstappen does have an advantage simply because, well, they have better tires. But let's face it, the penalty does kind of remove every advantage they've had. Let us speed this up a little bit. As pole position does get lapped. Just like that. Did not manage to assassinate anyone while being lapped. Very disappointed. Buddha Drift and Rudolph here are being slow. Mentioned it before, they are giving Verstappen a chance there as Pando comes in. Medium for the Ferrari, and that it could take him 20 or so laps. Could take him till the end if he's really, really conservative, but we'll have to see. It's still 30 seconds to get up to 16th, 15th place there, so that is a lot of work. Race leader comes in. A medium to a medium. They actually saved you 2 mediums, Floof. How do you feel about this tire strategy from Haas here? That they've not put you on a hard, that they're giving you another medium, and you'll probably be finishing this race on a soft tire, I would think. The 2 out front working together is huge. You're not wrong. Definitely helping. I predicted something, but I won't tell. Floof immediately starts sweating. The penalty to be served. Where does Verstappen come out with that? Where Floof came out. Could potentially come out behind Daly here. Petrov and Dangerman also coming in. And it is a soft tire, I believe, for Verstappen. Medium for Dangerman and medium for Petrov. Verstappen here comes out in 9th ahead of Mike, which honestly is kind of huge. Just needs to clear Moreno, but is now 15 seconds behind Floof after that stop. Did they make a mistake? Well, more like 12, 13 seconds, but that is nuts. Floof immediately clears Duck, very important. And now has some clean track. But Verstappen, that ERS is starting to struggle. Moreno gets pushed wide. The second V-Carb now does come into the pit lane. Medium tire. The question now is, are they going to go all the way till the end on these tires and gamble?
And here we've got a yellow
And
flag.
we have Forrest with a spin.
All good at this point. And then the card just goes.
Yeah, that means you need a new set of tires, me boy. You will not go till the end on those, I think. But didn't lose that much, still 90%. That's not bad. Soft tires for Ethan. That guarantees another stop for the Williams driver. But they are not having a good race either. As Drift now moves up ahead of the SCP into the lead for the time being. But Floof is just 13 seconds down the road. And Duck now needs to defend like a lion to give anyone else a chance to take this from the Haas driver. Both the leaders come into pit lane. Will Haas have another slow stop? Will Drift be okay? For SCP, it is soft tire and it is a clean stop. It's medium for Haas, but it's slow. It's the Haas special. It is the Haas special, and with that, Verstappen comes into play. Barely behind. That could have been rough for them. But with that, Una now loses a couple of positions due to a slow stop. Living Duck needs to defend like everything. Never mind. There's no defense here. Floof just has that tire advantage and makes it work for him. Oh, they changed your front wing. I mean, that makes sense. That explains why it was a slow stop. That's my fault. Serve the penalty and replace the front wing. Yeah, that adds up. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Chris5, for correcting me there. I appreciate it. Are in the wall. Mechanical faults. The ERSs now are getting close to exploding. Agent Duck. Go on, Agent Duck. Do your worst. To be fair, Agent Daly is causing some problems for the closest competitor right now, so They both have this very same problem to deal with. And I feel like that is kind of fair. Just retire me. End the suffering. Look now, into the pit lane. Maldonado is now Floof's next opponent. That's a hard tie for Sauber. They're going till the end then. Duck will gamble on a hard tie till the end and pray that nothing bad happens. Medium tie for the Red Bull. Could get something if they're lucky. But honestly, Mike, right now, you want to stay in the race until your ERS explodes to guarantee they give you a new one for next race weekend, because that is not a guarantee unless it goes bang bang. We've seen it before, but AI has kept parts that really should have been replaced, so you definitely want that to explode. As Floof has finally found freedom. 2 seconds up now on Maldonado, 11 seconds to the SCP, and with that, now needs to run away. 31.5, fastest lap set as well. Daly is still causing problems for the chasers here. We have SCP, Rudolph, we have Drift, all of them very, very close. But Daly on these 32% tires are just costing them so much time and just causing suffering for those who hope to win. Mind you, Floof was celebrating with the terrorized me, and now the same happens to him. Yeah. Mediums, mediums, mediums. The praying has begun. The praying says softs. The prayers have failed. You have been granted soft tires and 20 laps to make them work. Good luck, Justin. You're gonna need it.
Oh, it looks like a pit
The
stop
medium
issue.
chant did not work. Daly comes out in 12th there. But yeah, Maldonado has been given softs. To be fair though, someone has already stretched off 20 laps here, Luna, so it is doable. Currently we have, well, only one example of that. Well, we have two here. Pando did the same thing, so you could make that work. Could being the operative word here. We'll have to see how that works out for you. How long has the medium tires gone this race? Well, 20 laps or so. You've already done 120 stint. This is another 20 stint, so 20-ish laps for the most part. So you should be okay. Softs and conserve are the most powerful thing around it, yes, but this is the AI, and the AI does not conserve. The AI just goes full tilt. As Baba now comes in. It's a hard tie from the Sauber crew. They're not taking any chances. You are not pitting again, Baba. Good luck with the tires that are just straight up slow around here. SCP and Rudolph, if they DRS off each other effectively, they could still reel in Floof here. They gained 8/10 on him last lap. If they can keep it up for the remaining 20, they will get back into this fight, which honestly would be kind of huge. We'll have to see what they can do. Danger Man now with a mechanical fault. That's gonna sting a little bit. Is it another ERS maybe? For Danger Man, it is in fact the gearbox instead. And for Baba, it is an ERS fault at 40%. That's harsh. That's a bit unlucky. Sweating bullets. Floof is worried that he will do another classic bottle operation here. And a full second gained on that last one. But now there's 3 cars in this mix, which is going to make it a little bit harder to deal with here. They could still take each other out. As Bolo comes in for a medium tire, and Dark Cloud is apparently out in the wilds, judging by that camera. Soft tires, slow stop for the Mercedes, but they have stopped now.
Down in the pits. Oh,
And
that's
with
a
that,
slow
I
one.
think all of top 10 has pitted. Moreno, Petrov, Danger Man, Rudolph, Rip. There's 17 laps to go on these mediums, though. 17 laps, and we've already burned 30%. You've done 10 laps on them. I mean, could we see a bottle here from just running out of tire? Could we see everyone in top 10 still needing to pit again? We'll have to see. I made an overtake. Did you? Did we really call it an overtake? You need to catch up to your teammate in front of you, I think. Yeah, you did on me, Lando, and now you're behind me again. Lando destroyed his tires to overtake his teammate. A classic. But yeah, Floof here has a pretty hell lead out front. We have the trio trying to chase him down, which include his own teammate. Dangerman's mechanical fault has escalated, which is not good for him. But honestly, if Petrov and Maldonado can get some free air here, we could see them chase down Verstappen in 5th. Maldonado right now is going to want to clear Petrov, has way better tires. And Living Duck here might actually come out on top purely because of the fact that those are hard tires. And there's still a lot left in this race, which would be kind of funny to me. But still, as I mentioned, plenty to go here. 13 laps, 30% usable tire. I mean, that should be doable. It should be alright, unless you have a lockup, spin, or a crash. Ando, back to the lanes you go for a soft tire till the end. Dream is alive, I guess. That lead is melting. Yeah. Honestly, it is. It's 5 seconds now, Floof. Is this going to be another ball operation? Darkline now with the mechanical fault as Danger Man comes in the pit lane to a soft tire till the end. The bottle operation here by Floof are legendary. I don't know, it's not the time. They have caught up. Floof just has no pace right now. Look at this. 35 versus 31. Petrov now into the pit lane. It's going to be everyone going for a soft till in the end. Whoever goes first gets the undercut. Petrov comes out in 9th here. Not a bad place to be. But they have basically caught Floof at this point. Get these big leads and then just hit the brakes for no reason. It's so stupid. That's how Floof, when you run alone in first, you do lose a lot of confidence pretty quickly. Floof, you're barely faster than me. I would like to report that the Floof is slow. Yeah, Rudolph had probably a bit of a moment here because there's some time loss further down the road right now. They've decided that they were being a little bit too rude to the Floofster. And that's allowed him to reinstate a little bit of that gap. Ten laps to go here. Is anyone gonna pull the trigger and go for a another pit stop here? We'll have to see how quick Petrov is, if it is worth it. Yeah, 10 laps to go right now. Cross the line for it. That is an insane speed boost you get with DRS around here. Remember, DRS is basically max for every car, so DRS is extremely powerful if you have a buddy to chase with. We could see Verstappen and Maldonado do a little bit of buddy chasing here. 31.5 from Petrov. 1 DRS zone, fresh softs. That is a lot of time gained. A lap on the leaders. Petrov is probably a little bit too far back to take advantage of it, though. Daily now. Soft tires down to 14th. It's going to need half a minute, basically, to get back into the points. SCP now has caught up to Floof. Are we going to see the lead being taken away here? No, Floof Braver on the brakes. But SCP is with him. Where's the consistency? I love that I'm just seeing Floof have a meltdown right now in chat over his driver's performance. Mechanical fault has arrived for Bolo. It's not going to have any effect on this race, though, I think, as Baba now comes in the pit lane. Yeah, Floof. I think fun has just begun, and that is a terrible exit on that corner. Floof is straight up getting bullied right now. Haas is doing the Ferrari strategy classic. Well, Haas is doing good so far. Verstappen is holding well on, even with the RS that's about to go bang bang. Ducky has somehow eaten through those hards at an insane rate. But at this point, everyone is just staying out, I think. We'll have to see how this kind of works out for them. 7 laps to go. That is a somewhat slow stop from Red Bull. Better to just get it over with on a bad day than save it for later. And as I say that, the Ferrari gets a mechanical fault. That's some high-level irony there. And Floof will get a little bit of help here, as they are getting close to lapping Mike, I do believe. Even so, back to second you go. And the 5-stop strategy is on. Has anyone stopped 5 times? What we can see here, the most part here, it's 2 stops. It's 3 stops from Duck. It is 3 stops from Petrov and Dangerman. It is a 4-stop strategy from Daly, who's just been eating soft tires. But generally, we don't have any 5-stop strategies, I do believe. We've had a crash involving multiple vehicles. It's Pasta.
At the 11th corner. Barely any room to maneuver. Oh, that's quite an impact between them.
Pasta has been shuffled off this mortal coil.
Came off worse there.
Where did Pasta end up with that? Pasta Maldonado is still off track, is trundling. Can't get the car going again. There we go, finally gets back in gear. But that lost a tremendous amount of time. 20 seconds, if not more, lost to that incident. Are we going to see another penalty for Verstappen? We are. Verstappen has picked up a second penalty this race with the Ferrari violence. But with Living Duck being 10 seconds behind, might not even be punished for it. Making the most out of that, yeah, Red Bull. Ooh, Red Bull getting shuffled off track. That is a lap car, though, so if we see lap car violence here, that would be peak. Lap car is unlapping itself against the race leaders. Mike, you absolute legend. The legend unlaps himself while the race leaders battle into turn 1. That takes balls, and that's what we like to see. Luna now is chasing that podium. Can we make that happen? Rudolph will need to try and get that back. But yeah, right now, Haas are fighting for podium. Haas are fighting for a win. Can they keep it up? And more importantly, is the penalty going to hurt Verstappen? I think we need a safety car for that to be the fact. As Duck is just very, very slow. The backmark is that I thought we wouldn't have this season are definitely causing some problems here in Bahrain. Look at that. One of them is looking to unlap themselves again. Further down the road, we do have a fight for 7. Maldonado has been reeled in here after the incident. That's got to sting. From basically a guaranteed 5th against a damaged car to potentially 9th here if luck does not favor him. Have to see how that one goes. By overtaking the normal race when I get overtake when I'm lapped, yes. Honestly, shit. Well, it is 3 laps to go, 5%. The tires, they could really let the Haas down as Ethan gets a mechanical fault. Yeah, Maldonado holding on for dear life. Drift trying to take away that final podium slot. Are we going to have any more mayhem here? Or is it just going to end quietly like this? Just crashed already. I feel like the McLaren needs to be DSQ'd here just for being slow. Clouds, mechanical fault escalating, and we see them side by side in the first corner. Luna Drift does not want to make a move just yet. Yeah, Tyre needs to get by because staying behind will equalize the tires. Because of, well, you have higher temperatures running behind. Maldonado still holding on for dear life. And at this rate, with a little bit of luck, they might even reel in a living duck. It's not really that likely, but it could happen. Genuinely. If I want to type in chat, but the message has floof, I just delete the message. No, you should definitely post a message if it includes floof, because that is funny. Final lap here. We'll play a little bit slower, as we do have 2 flights to pay attention to. Ty versus floof for the lead. And we also have Rudolph versus Drift for the final podium slot. Drift has gotten ahead. There is a car wanting to unlap behind, which is going to cause a little bit of mayhem. Petrov here, too, is a little bit further down the road. We can't really pay much attention to that fight. But those are the 3 battles now going into this final lap. And for Petrov versus Maldonado, it looks like Maldonado is just about far enough ahead, but it's not going to be an issue. Coming on to the, well, kind of final overtaking opportunity here. Are we going to see Ty use all of those softs? It's not a good exit, but it's a good battery and tire advantage here, apparently. Look at that. Takes the lead, but the Haas is not done yet. Goes a little bit wide. And with that, that could have decided it. Drift here, still ahead of Rudolph as it stands. Can Floof get it back? Or is it going to be another win lost on the final lap for the Haas driver? I don't think there's any way to get back here. Maldonado's actually gotten by Petrov. And there we go. Floof gets second. SCP wins. Drift is going to get third here ahead of Rudolph. And even with the penalty, Verstappen should be safe. Petrov is back behind Maldonado. Living Duck is going to get sixth here. Verstappen is going to get fifth, even with the penalties. And what's going to happen with this struggle? Final corner. Does the Mercedes driver have anything? Oh, that was close, but 8th place. Right out 9th, and Dangerman is going to take the final point here. We've had a bit of a weird showing, I dare say, from the McLaren boys, but they did avoid getting lapped twice. Hello, Petrov, how you doing?
Sometimes I think you just have to
It's
accept
over.
that it's not going to be your race.
That was a bitterly disappointing retirement.
3 wins thrown from the Fluke this season, and this was the redemption. Thank goodness I got my prediction. Fluke, I think you can blame Turbo for another one, judging by that. We're showing now, it just shit. So with that, drivers, Verstappen retains the lead. 3 points now, separates the 2 B-Carb drivers, but SCP is getting into this. Drift is still not out of this, neither is Floof. We'll have to see what the next race has to offer. Constructors then, RB still has a healthy lead, but are getting reeled in just a little bit by the other 2 teams. Still 1/3 of the season remaining. B-Carb could still implode. Not likely, but we've seen it before. I predict a Haas double podium. I I ain't done nothing. I love how it's just like, nah, this ain't my fault, clearly. It's that man over there's fault. Next up, we are going to Coda. I don't know. The funny thing is I equalized the pick crews also, so... Any pick crew problems are clearly just bad rolls of the dice. Yeah, I'm gonna just check it to you that no one has done anything silly, like putting, you know, really, really bad components on the McLaren car. The pit crew has technically all the same stats, so they should be equal-ish. But then you have the AI training the pit crews, and then things stop being equal-ish. Okay, Ferrari, you are gonna be our measuring stick, and as you can see, McLaren has the same car. I'm sorry, McLaren boys, you are not allowed to blame the car for your suffering. The car is not the source of your pain. I'm just doing this to see if the edits after granting more parts have given any Super Saiyan parts, but it looks like we're good. So yeah, unfortunately, no out there. The car is not the problem. Unfortunately. It's the car the data is lying. I've heard this one before. You see, the Theropod concept is the fastest on track. It's the fastest in the simulations. Yes, but the simulations aren't as bumpy. Just like that, you end up in trouble. Okay. Time to get through practice here, and then we're going to go to Kota. Nero, will I ever get a win? Well, these are your words, Floof, but you did say that as long as you were top 10 this season, you would take that as a personal win, and the game just went bat. You'll have to take that personal win. So, Kota, light rain for qualifying, a dry race itself. Let's see how this works out. All things as they are. I'm just gonna do this, give my boy a little bit of a better chance of getting into Q3 because it was close last time around. Better question, do I want you to win? Honestly, I would be proud of you if you managed to eke out a win. It doesn't happen often, so I would like to see you win, and seeing that you've already bowled 3 races this season, you're definitely this season's bowling champion. So at this point, you can start winning a little bit. I will allow it. Pando has been disallowed new components by his Ferrari team. Hopefully new ERS, we'll take a look at that, if you will. Just need to get the bank collapse out of the way. Then we can check. For only one F3 without winning. You hear that, Floof? You're in a F3. Okay, that is not good compared to Lunar Drift. I'll have to see if we can improve. SCP a little bit slower, but these are the bankers. We'll just get through them, and then we'll take it from there. I am going to be sending the pastry out here immediately to try and set a new and better lap time. But even with damage, we are seeing Porus go quick. As we see a yellow flag. Never mind, I mentioned the Porus. Then he bowls it.
Things were going smoothly.
He heard that Floof had the bowl championship on hand and just went, nah, look at me, bro. With that run is just absolutely destroyed. So freaking tough has done something impossible. They've gone quick. They're not supposed to go quick. That's Ethan ruining my run, I think. Right now, Pando, Moreno, both McLarens, which we have gotten used to, and Daly are in danger.
The race leader.
I'm good in the rain somehow. SCP now, currently trying to improve. We'll have time for one more lap, I'm pretty sure. So this should be basically just a setup here, confidence building, and with that, second fastest. It is getting a little bit wetter again, a little bit dry, a little bit wetter. It's switching back and forth. But let's see what the rest of the grid has to offer. Daily, both McLarens, Moreno, and Pando currently in danger. Ethan on the cusp, who will get eliminated here in Q1. Look at all the traffic that is gonna make, doing laps are a pain. Asta is the first one here, trying to improve. Suzuka is further down the road, a 10th off, and that is an improvement. Suzuka improves to 14th, but that's still going to be close. Moreno has the same time first sec. The Daily is already improving up 2 tenths compared to Suzuka. Abba is down a 10. Petrov is down a 10. Abba down 2 tenths here, so Suzuka might actually make it out of Q1. And well, pole position is, let's face it, nowhere. Daily goes 11th fastest. Moreno is going to be the next one over the line. Goes 14th fastest. Baba does not improve, and we have a red flag here. Pando. I think that is qualifying over 2:16. I guess they can make it if they push. But that could be qualifying over right there. That could be qualifying over. And I do, before we go to Q2, I just want to check. Like, Verstappen was curious. New ERS, in fact, has been given. And Panda was so upset that they didn't give him a new ERS. So they just went, nah, if you ain't giving me a new ERS, you better give me a new car. The rain specialist has forgotten their job. Indeed.
We're following the action through turn 5. There. That's
a tough hit too.
And the car leaving a bit of paint on that barrier. And that's an unfortunate incident, considering we've not even reached the race yet.
That is an unfortunate incident, considering we haven't reached a race. That is one way to say you suck. Oh, damn. Okay, 2:15. I don't think anyone else is going to be able to do another run. Petrov, unfortunately, was not able to complete that run, and with that, we see Baba, Petrov, Ethan, and pole position here. Out, Suzuka is safe for Q2. Get me out of the pit. Let me out of here. I want to go. Okay, it's going to be a dry qualifying, or rather dry end to this qualifying. Okay. So, bank laps and wet are not going to matter unless we have another red flag. Redemption with a spin. You love to see it. Confidence, rock bottom on the out lap here.
And the control's lost. And that won't do anything to help those tires.
I love that Karma got hit by Karma immediately. Like this. It's not actually a joke. It is so funny. We've said Karma and then just spins on the outline immediately. Oh no, Edster's playing with fire. Have you not learned, boys? Hubris means problems. But as mentioned, these are just the banker laps. It is going to dry up towards the end. That is when the real qualifying will begin. You have not done a lap. No. They've decided to keep you locked away here. And that leaves me to worry that they are... You haven't done a lap, so I can't check the condition of your car. But they might give you a pit lane start. That is usually what that means. Looks like everyone is trying to do another lap here. No, in laps. Never mind. Yeah, Maldonado has not set a time. Suzuka, Bolo, Tough, Moreno, and Dangerman in danger. But let's face it, as mentioned, it is drying up. Everyone is going to do a lap on the softs, with maybe the exception of the Ferrari. And with that, we'll get the actual the actual pecking order, if you will. Floof goes out first. That is concerning. Maldonado is still in the pits. That could be a problem. Maldonado has decided to sit out qualifying. Well, now that my teammate has crashed, I don't want to participate. I'm sorry, Justin, but it seems like the AI has decided that you are componentless. I assume they're going to swap ERS, engine, maybe the entire setup. And has thus decided that, no, we are chilling, as it were. And we can see that Floof's already been penalized for going so quickly. He's being beaten by Tough by nearly a second in the first sector. You don't see that often. The bottling champion at it again. And Mike here is 2 seconds ahead in the first sector. That's madness. And with that, 138 is time to beat here. But, as mentioned, I don't think it's going to be a good time here. And look at that, Floof's already 4 seconds off the pace. Moreno goes second quickest. We do still have water on track, which is influencing lap times massively. But what can they do here further down the road? Verstappen, Drift in danger. Floof is out. Dangerman is out. Suzuka is out. Bolo's out. Rudolph is out. Dangerman and Floof here are all out in Q2, including Maldonado, who just decided that, nah, I'm not participating. One of each of the Haas and the V-Carb out in Q2. That is an upset. Who's giving me a toe? McLaren almost made it to Q3. Almost. 2/10 off. He said would be proud. The worst part is, if Pando didn't crash out, this would have been top of the table. Instead, Tess took it. Let the record show that for 1 to 2 seconds, I was indeed first on. Well, Pace 3 would have knocked someone out anyways. Basically, one of my drivers will be participating in quali, just to ensure that we can actually see each quali session. So that would have happened anyways, unfortunately. How is the weather going to be here? It's going to get weather, so this is basically a one-shot quali right here. It's going to get worse. And do we have Duck? And yeah, we have Duck and the Hasse inside each other. We know what happens when when two cars love each other very much. They're both going to have a shit qualifying. Let's see if Living Duck and Drift are going to ruin each other's day. Both of these guys are good at qualifying, but... oh, never mind. Duck decided that... I'm not doing it then.
Are okay at this stage.
Spin to win.
That's the moment they lose it. And there's not much they can do about that.
Spun a little bit harder there, and it would have taken out the Haas. At least Duck did survive, so they can do another run. But look at this. Qualifying is ruined. Qualifying is ruined for... who was that? Mike? Who had the fastest first sector. And then Duck just goes, nah. If I'm screwed, you're screwed too. And with this, Drift could definitely start pole. Mike lost more than a second, 1.3 seconds there in that middle sector due to the blockage. And the same here goes for SCP. And look at how close everyone is. Drift goes fastest. SCP is 2 seconds slower. Verstappen is second. This is nuts. Even with that 1.3 seconds worth of blocking, Mike would have taken pole. Mike would have easily taken pole here. Pole lost to Living Duck's Spinderella moves. It is getting wetter on track. It's not by a lot, but it is getting wetter. And is Duck now going to have to navigate the entire... He's going to have to navigate all the cars that left out behind. And who is the slowest, the last car out here? Is it Mike? Mike's going out last to get some free air. And hopefully this time no blockages. Love to see if that works out for you. 27.5 in that first sector, but now again traffic, the corners are coming up. Are we gonna see traffic ruin it for the qualifying champ, so to speak? Purple middle sector. Here we have the Mercedes. Is it gonna screw this lap over? Gets out of the way, but I think that was probably a 10th lost. Come on, Duck, what can you do here? Purple final sector, and with that, we have a new pole sitter, provisionally, of course. I'll see if Lunair can do a response. Daly is already down 2/10. Renault's down 2/10. SCP is up a 10th on Living Duck's pole time. And Verstappen is following that. Drift down a 10th. Let's see what SCP can do. Mike, not a good second run here. It's getting a bit of a tow, but fighting a car ahead of you is not a way to get a good pole time here. And again, both of these guys losing time. Look at this. 1 second lost in the middle sector. SCP is not going to improve. Daly moves up to 4th. What can Verstappen do? Moreno up to 5th. Verstappen. Go to the line. Dark Cloud is improving time, not position. Verstappen improved time, but that's about it. Drift, no improvement whatsoever. And for Mike here, and I need to find something special and couldn't do it. Set the exact same time as the Mercedes, but SCP and Tough here just ruined qualifying for each other. Living Duck, the terrorist, has somehow come out on top. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And Mike, who got absolutely shafted here, starts 7th. Should have started front row. That is not accepting your apology. Are you a spokesperson for the Alpine team, Christy? I has not accepted your apology. Now, if we thought Bahrain was going to be a tie either, this one is going to be insane. Baba's going to go through 6 sets of tires. So yeah, let's jump in and see if we do have 2 Ferrari boys sitting in the pit lane with me.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race
I'm
underway.
not in the pit lane. We're right.
Here we go. It's the United States.
I see a red car at the back.
It's lights out, and away we go.
Okay, so Maldonado is in the pit lane. Pando is not. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the Ferrari strategy team, where the car that crashed out dead last was not given new components and instead had to start at the back of the order, even though you were starting last anyways, and the car that made it to Q2, now we're sitting this one out. The Ferrari strategy team. Its brilliance knows no bounds. Better him than me? Okay, just out of curiosity here, we'll have to wait a lap, but I want to see how that Ferrari looks. We know it was 60-60-30 after the crash. Well, before the crash. Let's see what it looks like afterwards. Living Duck here gets a good start, followed by Drift, followed by Verstappen. Daly here is getting overtaken on those hards. It's not great for the start here, but actually managed to elbows out and keep that position. Suzuka has somehow moved up to 9th here. Might even move up to 8th ahead of SCP. It would be heresy of the highest level. We've seen it before. Danger Man, Daily are starting on hards. We have some cars on the mediums here. Trying to change things around a little bit. But clean start for, I dare say, everyone involved. Daily here is going to end up slowing down a lot of the soft runners. And kind of waste their tires, if you will. Alright, lads, let's watch this comeback drive. Redemption here. Getting themselves pumped up and hoping they can make this stick. If Baba gets ahead, though, you are toast. So Baba right now, the biggest threat that Blue faces. Rudolph has moved up to 12th. They are having good starts here. And as I mentioned, we'll have to see what is up with Pando here. What they've done to his car. And I need to pause this because I feel like I'm going to laugh. Yes, Ferrari, this is exactly what you do when you crash in quali. You do not give him a new ERS, even though it has damage. You do not give him a new engine or gearbox. And you force him to suffer. To suffer. And we have a yellow flag. And Luna Drift has gone wide. What happened here? Spin.
Now with the Haas. Round they spin. And there'll be words had after this, I'm sure.
Now around they go, and that is a lot of positions lost for the Haas team right there. Down into 11th. With that, Verstappen has a wonderful opportunity to cement the lead here. In terms of Maldonado, did they give you fresh components? I can confidently say they did not. I can confidently say they did not. 60% engine, gearbox is used, 30% ERS. The Ferrari strategy team deserves to be fired. Like, there's no discussion there. Deserves to be fired. All of them. Needs to be sent into the stratosphere. Nothing is new. Yes, that is exactly the case here. And now you're somehow 7 seconds off the pace. What have they done to you? Oh, you started... No, you're still 4 seconds off the pace on the second lap. What has the Ferrari team done to this man? Like, I'm baffled. That's literally the best way to describe it. I'm baffled at what I'm seeing here with Maldonado. They screwed you over, Justin, for no reason at all. And now Pando's mechanical fault has escalated. No one could have predicted that. It came out of the blue. And, yeah. Ferrari heard me say that Luke was already the Bold champion. It was just like, nah. Check this out, boss. We have our first pit stop. It's a classic McLaren's one.
Let's see what happened there. Now we're at turn 11 now.
Luckily, the gap is big enough that we do not get an assassination attempt. That's going to hurt the tires a bit for the SCP here. 24%. Are we going to see a puncture? Maybe. Going to be close to the pit lane. If it goes around again, he is screwed. Let's pray for Ty's future here. Let's pray the AI does the smart thing and actually goes into pit lane. If not, Ty is going to throw a fit. And pit lane we go. Good. Mike's going to be the next one to suffer. They do not pit on the next lap. It's a soft tire for the SCP. You can also see Bamba in the pit lane right now. It is a soft tire for the Sauber. Living Duck is going to need to pit, but Mike here is playing with fire. As they are struggling to keep Drift behind. Verstappen in the lead ahead of Living Duck, making those medium tires last right now. As I mentioned here, Mike could puncture. Living Duck comes into the pit lane. Is what we expect. We'll take a look at that in a second, but for now, I'm curious, what will Red Bull do? They do pit. Very good. Medium tire for Living Duck. It's good. Drift comes in. Are we going to see a classic Haas disaster stop? Yep, we are. Slow stop again from the Haas's. But to be fair, I think Haas is overrepresented on pit stop errors simply because we look at them a lot. With that, Drift is now down to 18th. And that's gonna hurt. Dark Cloud, Suzuka are gonna be some of the next ones to pit here. Here we go again, slipping down the order. I prefer to keep my mouth shut. Turbo, you have a gift right now, and that is if you speak, you're not in trouble. Luke's in trouble. I would like you to speak your mind, because it would be funny. Slow stop from a Mercedes there too. No one is really unscathed from the slowest pit stops. Living Duck might actually make this hard tire work very, very well for him. Particularly this early in the race. But Daly is eating through his hards, and Dangerman is kind of doing the same thing here. Booth and Verstappen are really, really managing their mediums well at the moment. Can we ban Turbo? No, we cannot ban Turbo. Turbo is fun to have around, so I will not ban that man. Silent Suzuka is pitting. What have McLaren got in store? It's another soft tire. It's a rough life for the McLarens who tried something different and it didn't really work out for them. Did Dark Cloud just come out on used softs here? Did I see that right? Delia is just chugging through these odds. I jinxed you once, please. Cosby, you've been asked to get over there. I think the best way to get over there is just by putting your front wing inside Floof's rear wing. Just like that. Hello, Ethan. Williams has, so far, scored 10 points. Which is a little bit less than McLaren, but they've not had a good season so far. Soft tires for Daly. For Rudolph, it is soft tires as well. Clean stop. Petrov. I assume you've been given the hard tires, and that'll work out just fine. Yeah, Ducky has definitely placed himself in a dominating position at 38.7 versus 42.7s, 43.6s. 5 seconds gain on that last lap on the leaders. And with that, still having plenty of tire life left on those hards. Good to see Duck here have another go at a race win. How is Floof doing in today's races? He's already bowled once, or rather he's bowled the first out of 3 races. We'll have to see if he does the same for the next 2. This one and the next. But yeah, the Floof bowling has already began, and a nice stop there for the Alpine. A little bit of traffic here on the exit. Would have loved to get out ahead of those 3 cars. And Tough has now received a upgrade to that mechanical fault. What ails you, my son? It is a ERS problem, which we've seen so many of. And Pando here struggling with that exact same issue. Aldonado, for some reason they had you sit out of qualifying, and you have apparently taken the role of McLaren this race. I am very sorry, but I don't know. Like, the AI strategy is weirder than you can imagine. As Duck now moves up ahead of Floof. Dangerman into the pit lane after eating through those hard tires. Retire the car. As I mentioned, what you really want to do is just run the car until the ERS explodes to ensure you get a new one. Because that is literally the only way you get one. Clean stop for Bando. Baba comes in. But right now, Duck has a healthy lead by 10 seconds or so. Gonna work out really, really well for him. Speed this up a little bit behind schedule. As Floof now comes in. Is it gonna be another disaster pit? No, it's actually a clean one. We didn't expect that. But with that, Floof is out here in 11th. A little bit of traffic to get through, but not in a bad position, so all things considered. Zappa now comes in the pit lane while Bolo experiences a mechanical fault. That's a soft tire. Different strategies here for the V-Carb versus the Haas. And to face it, Rudolph here has also done a good recovery drive so far. Verstappen slots in between both Haas drivers. And somehow, Duck has gotten themselves a 13-second lead. 19 laps into this. And last, you're currently in 17, Lando. It's better than expected. You're beating both Ferraris. Well, they have pitted, you haven't, but yeah. I guess you are net loss, I'm not gonna lie. Is that a slow stop for the Mercedes? I think so. We're in the wall, soft, medium tire, hard from the Mercedes here. And Mike now, traffic is incoming, including Edster. Tough and Ethan, we'll have to see how you navigate that. Yeah, right now they are DRSing off each other and chasing down Duck here again. You can see just how effective this is at chasing down the car in front. 2 seconds quicker on our last lap. That gap of 15 seconds, just 2 laps later, is now 9. You could pass Christie, you could also crash. There's a lot of options here, Floof, for ending your race. So we'll have to see how that one goes. You know what? I'm gonna go and get something to drink. I'll be back in 5 seconds. No one crashed while I was gone. Very disappointing. But I will enjoy myself while watching you guys struggle. Some snacks and a can of soda. Unfortunately, drinking before you go to the hospital is kind of frowned upon. Ethan has acquired a mechanical failure in the pits. That's got to be some sort of record. That's a very, very slow stop here for Lando. I think that is one of the slowest of the season.
There's been a hold-up.
I do not have any bottles laying around, Floof. Well, the only bottle I have is a bottle of Captain Morgan rum, but we're not touching that yet. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. SCP now comes in. Out in 12th with fresh mediums. Not the worst position to be in here, but definitely some work out of him. And Duck is getting reeled in now at the end of this stint. I fit the like 10 laps early now, I think 33%. Let's check Tuff's tire history here. And do a little bit of, 13 laps earlier. Rum and F1 sounds like a codependent relationship. Well, I can understand for some of you it might be. You need the rum to just drown out the pain of how badly the AI is screwing you guys over. Medium tire here for Duck. Are you going to clear that second Mercedes? You are. Nice little window to come out in here for Duck. With that, I can do some recovery. Tuff is coming back into the pit lane. Could I win? No, Floof, we've been over this. I love how everyone's just like, nah, Floof, don't get carried away. You know what happens when you get carried away. But yeah, currently we have 5 cars out front. We are all in a train. Daly and Rudolph has more used tires. Floof has, well, Moreno also. Floof is probably the one that will remain in the lead once they all pit. But yeah, as we've said before, whenever Floof gets happy, whenever Floof gets cocky, the game comes in with a hammer and just slaps him. Which is well deserved if you ask me. Daly now onto a medium tire. Fastest lap goes the way of Ty down the road. And with that, he now needs to start clearing the Mercedeses. Bing Duck already up to 6th. Damn hiccups. I'm under the age of 18, so I'll tolerate P20. Why should I learn from my mistakes when I can repeat them? Floof, have I ever told you the definition of insanity? It seems like that phrase was meant for you. Oh, Drift comes in the pit lane. Is it gonna be a slow stop? It looks slow. Hard tires for Drift. Which means that since Haas needs to have 50% slow pit stops, Floof's gonna get screwed on the next one, and it's gonna be like a 15-second stop. Ah, sweet destiny. We love it when you set Floof up to get screwed over by his own cockiness. I see it as an opportunity to learn again. Honestly, you just need to know the AI is stupid in this game, and then you are done learning when you can just not expect anything. Clean stop for Aston. We are due a slow stop here. Who's it gonna be? You also have the V-Carbs having recovered to 1st and 2nd. Duck here too, as well as SCP, are looking good right now. We'll have to see how the pit lane back and forth end up, as Floof has taken the lead up until the first corner where a lockup will happen and they both will DNF. Didn't work this time. Rudolph and Moreno will both need to pit very, very soon, and when they do, they are going to fall down the order. Probably close to Dangerman and Drift here, so fall down the order a little bit. They'll still be in contention. The RBs crashing into each other trust. Turbo, the Jinxer, has just proclaimed that the RBs will take each other out. Well, for you not to finish P20, Lando, I think you are going to need a crash or a DNF. I wish you luck with that wish. It's like a tough one. As Rudolph decides to go long on these softs. Time is being lost, a lot of it right now, from both Rudolph and Moreno, and they both decide to come into the pit lane. It's enough. Since mechanical fault has escalated. Clean stuff for the V-Carb. What about Moreno? Clean stuff for Moreno too. The curse is getting closer, Floof. The slow stop is away. You are awaited by the slow crew. Can they do 24 laps on hard tires? Doubtful, but not impossible. We've seen it before. Rudolph and Moreno here now are set up to potentially go all the way till the end. To compare, Floof has now done just 13 laps. 16 laps for Petrov. Where's Petrov? 39. Maybe it's too hopeful, but if they run a little bit conserved, a little bit light, it should be doable. Maldonado now in the pit lane. The one cursed by Ferrari. The one cursed in solidarity with the Pando has also gone to a hard tire now. Let's see. Ethan's fault is the engine go bang bang, but soon gearbox go bang bang. You really just need a full new car. Honestly, once we're done with this season, I'm gonna take a look and see just how many components the AI saved. And maybe we'll have to start doing like component tweaks at one point. But yeah, I don't know. Component tweaks did lead to 2% on the cast at one point, but I might just need to do it like between sessions. We'll see. If we do more of this, that is. Verstappen and Floof. Verstappen now down to 30% tires. It's not going to let that stop a good overtake. Better of it though, and stays safe. Daly now moves up on Dark Cloud and makes that not stick. Has to back out. Petrov and Rudolph are fighting further down the road. Rudolph is currently losing a lot of time just being stuck behind slower cars. Petrov is being one of them here. Has left Moreno behind though, which is kind of important for their chances here. Petrov is not willing to give up though. Verstappen, are you going to go around one more time? Why did I get nicknamed the Jinxer? What do you think, Turbo? Like the first stream you did jinx Floof quite a lot, and Haas for that matter. Another clean stop, another stop closer to a Floof tragedy. As Verstappen has been given the hard tires and will try and go till the end. Boris finally finds some relief here. That ERS has exploded, and even with an exploding ERS, is trying to overtake the McLaren. I don't know if that should be insult to injury, but I feel like it should be. Suzuka now comes in, and with that, we'll be seeing a hard tire till the end. Little slow stop, but I still think we have enough saved up for Floof too. Verstappen, fresh hard tires here, chasing down the lead. Could definitely undercut Floof, and has already done that. So Verstappen is going to take the lead once Floof pits. Unless, of course, we get another red flag. But we're not going to get one from Pando here, because the way that it works is that even if your ERS explodes, the fault is not going to be the end of your race. Really, you just want your engine to explode at this point too. Better now. Medium tires. 20 laps. That's going to be tough. And for Mike here, a hard tire, but a clean pit stop. We're getting closer to the race leader pitting. We're getting closer to Dark Cloud pitting. Dark Cloud now is currently holding up some cars further behind. Daly and Drift. The longer they are held up, the better for Verstappen, the better for Rudolph. I kind of like that my air driver is driving in protest. I agree, Plaster. Nice. Haas will crash into each other. Clean stop there. What about the Haas? Haas has a clean stop. That's not what we're used to. Medium tire for the race leader. And for Dark Cloud, another medium tire. They'll try and go till the end on those. Daly now needs a clear tie. I do not deserve this nickname. I'm sorry, Turbo. I take it back. Enjoy your food. And Poirot's mechanical fault. He's probably picked up one on his engine.
That certainly looks like a terminal failure.
Oh, it's just the ERS fully exploded. I see. Not an engine fault for him, unfortunately. I trust a shitty picture. That was your 5 millionth mistake. Has Floof really made that many mistakes? They give Lando soft tires with 18 laps to go here. Life is rough on the Serengeti. As it turns out. I'm heavily offended if you call me that. I'll leave the stream. I'm sorry, Turbo. I apologize. You don't need to trust in shit Picker anymore, Floof. They got you through this race. But what about the next one? This gets past Danger Man here. That is vital. Ty right now is holding up the cars ahead, and it's doing a lot of the job here for both Drift and Floof. But if the weak comps get by now, that is going to mean... damn, that's Drift getting a little bit of a toe there behind the Alpine. Or his mechanical fault. How many can one man get? I guess that is the engine now trying to go bang bang too. Or I should just push everything on the car to make it explode. That is my professional opinion, as Drift and Rudolph kind of bang wheels there for a second. Verstappen has immediately opened a gap to Drift and the SCP here. With that, Pando is in the pit lane. They have decided that the pain must continue. SCP finally comes into the pit lane, releases Rudolph, Floof, Drift. With that, we can now chase down Duck. Duck needs to pit again. Daly needs to pit again. Verstappen, Rudolph, and Floof should be fine here. But Drift is going to need to pit again, and that means VCOB are very likely to have another good weekend added to their tally. Alpine out in 9th here. Danger Man out in 10th. They'll have fresh tires to chase the cars up ahead. If I win this race, I feel like it's a guaranteed constructors. We'll have to see. Lando needs his cameo.
Then looking at turn 12. Whoa, and there it goes. Not a mistake they'll want to make again.
I mean, it is 3 races left after this. In theory, you need to have a 130-point lead. And right now, you have a 60-point lead. It's very likely to go the way of RB here, VCOB, don't get me wrong. But theoretically, you could still throw it away. Theoretically, of course. $135. Yes, that sounds more like it. No, it's 46 points per race weekend because it's... No, it's 45? Yeah, it's 45. Because my brain is not braining right now. Hit me! Well, you got your wish, Ethan. Medium tires and a double overtake, including by your teammate here and Suzuka. 15 laps to go. Come on, just retire already. SCP says fastest lap. Snatches away that potential point. 5 seconds quicker than the leader right now. Or, well, more like 3.5, but 5 sounds better. 5 seconds quicker than Drift. Let's do that instead. Yeah, it is a DRS train here behind Daly and Drift, who are holding everyone up, giving Verstappen here a great chance of winning. Rudolph and Floof are going to have to DRS off each other once Drift and Daly gets out of the way to catch up. There's a soft tire, 13 laps. I mean, it should work. Where are you going to exit the pit lane here? You are going to exit right ahead of your teammate. Daly is out here in 9th, and that kind of tells us where Drift is going to come out too. And Drift allows their teammate to go. A vital move right there. 10 seconds, though, is the gap now. And Duck has still not pitted. And now Drift is actually kind of sabotaging Floof here by holding up Rudolph so they cannot DRS off each other to catch the race leader. Some teammate BM here. Soft tires for Duck. Where does Duck come out? Is Duck going to beat the SCP out? Duck's going to beat Dark Cloud out even in 6th right now. And honestly, it's just 12 seconds to make up to 2nd on a soft tire. 9 seconds to make up to 2nd on way more worn hards. Duck could make it back onto the podium here. Particularly as Drift will have to get out of the way. Can Duck win this? I don't think so, but Duck can definitely get back up on the podium. My teammate with no PU is faster than me, are they? Kind of, honestly. Kind of, not a joke, they are. Fastest lap. Goes the way of Danger Man here. The two Aston teammates just DRSing off each other. Danger Man getting shuffled a bit wide there. But still, shouldn't be a huge deal. We'll have to see how quick Duck is moving, because those softs are being eaten up right now. Drift needs to just get into pit lane before it's too late. Do not hold up the deer. To be fair though, you needed the deer if you wanted to reel in Verstappen, I think. So, I don't know. You wanted to hold up the deer. Living Duck now, Moreno. 35 blank. 3 seconds a lap. 3.5 seconds on Verstappen here. 4 seconds on Drift. Well, Drift is all tires, it doesn't really matter. But with 3 seconds gained a lap, it is doable, but at the same time, look at how quickly those softs are being eaten up. In 3 laps, 20% has been lost. I'm feeling lonely at the top. We even have a puncture here from Lando. I was so busy paying attention to what happened in front that Lando's puncture just went unnoticed, and Lando is collecting problems there. Drift finally pits. It might be a little bit too late here. We'll have to see. But at this rate, Duck will definitely be fighting Rudolph for a podium position. Soft tires for Haas. Is this going to be the cursed stop? No, it's a clean one.
Looks like it's the Aston Martin.
The Aston Martins have had teammate violence. This works out well for the Haas crew.
And not just one car involved in that, as you can see. And
that is not good. Good teamwork there, Daly and Danger. That is not great. That might actually force the medium runner here to pit again, and that's a penalty to add insult to injury. And as I mentioned, with that, Drifts will be getting a chance here to catch up and score some extra points. Duck, though, is reeling in. Duck, Rudolph here is just slow. Floof is trying to reel in Verstappen. Floof is going to have to put in a very, very good performance in last 8 laps here to get that done. But it could happen, and at this rate, Duck might even catch up to Floof, which would be wild. And Daly now comes in, gets a new front wing, gets some new tires, but that is going to move him outside of the points. And Mike is pretty far down the road. Going to be some clean air here for Daly to at least go full send. But yeah, that is 12 seconds to make up, to get back to the points. And potentially take it away from their teammate, who does have that penalty. Rudolph has been overtaken. And right now, Duck is going to try and chase down Floof. Yes, Floof, catch up so I can overtake you on the last lap. That is some BM right there. Floof now losing time. Danger Man is going to come in to serve that penalty. Kinda needs a new front wing too, and they are going to go for it. Where is Danger Man going to come out here? Come out behind their teammate, ahead of Mike. They're going to need to put in some good work here if they're going to get both cars back in the points. There is a slow Ferrari up ahead, holding someone up. Is it Pando? It is Pando. Pando is just causing a little bit of mayhem, a little bit of spice here as we're getting closer to the end of this. 6 laps to go. Drift is still trying to chase the cars up ahead down. 34.9 right now. Is really, really quick. Hello, Jeff. Damn, Floof is now number 1 in the live chat from raging too much. Floof gets out all that pent-up Australian anger from just watching his driver mess up in the driver championship. Blue fast side a second is fine. You can look at it that way, yes. Gonna lie. Suzuka decides that we're gonna pit again. Classic McLaren strategy. Soft tire. Are we gonna see the fastest lap snatched away, maybe? Or am I just dreaming? But right now, Rudolph and Duck are still squabbling. You can see Verstappen up ahead. We can see Kloof. Getting DRS here from Ethan could be huge if you can cleanly pass him. Doesn't look like it. But if you can retain, get DRS on the next straight, that could be hugely beneficial. Duck now is kind of running out of those softs, which is going to give Rudolph a chance to come back. And further down the road, we have the two Alpines. Finally with Dark Cloud, we have Drift trying to chase them down. 2 seconds a lap right now. It's going to be close. But all in all, Duck could actually get into this fight. Duck is still more than 1.5 seconds a lap quicker than Floof. And more than 2 seconds a lap quicker than Verstappen. 3 laps to go. Duck has not given up. Welcome back, Turbo. Currently, we're going to see if Duck can chase down Floof. And if Dark Cloud can beat out both Alpines. One has already been sent to the shower realm by the looks of it. 3 laps to go now. Floof is losing steam. It's the best way I can put this. Half a second loss to the race leader. Duck is just a couple of seconds behind. Looks like most of the tires have been used though, so I don't think Duck is going to get Floof unless Floof makes a mistake, or... Yeah, losing time now, unless Floof gets makes a mistake, or gets held up. I think it's basically settled here. The only other thing to keep an eye on here is this fight. Is that Suzuka? Are we going to see Edster get involved with Ty and Dark Cloud's fight here and trying to unlap themselves? We've seen it before. It could happen here. Dark Cloud gets overtaken by the SCP. 2 laps to go. And with Duck and Floof, neither really making any inroads. I think the top 3 here, top 4 for that matter, has been settled. And with that, VCarb is going to take another healthy chunk out. Drift has caught up to Moreno. Needed a little more to go on here, really, to catch up to the SCP and Dark Cloud. But made a good attempt here. Final lap is going to be soon underway. And getting 3 seconds out could be a lot to ask, but Dark Cloud has just reached the sub 30% point, which is where they really start slowing down. And keep in mind, Drift and Dark Cloud, as well as Ty here, are a little bit further down the road. 1.5 seconds is more than doable in 1 lap. But with the DRS back and forth here, it's going to make life hard. And now Suzuka has overtaken both of them. Suzuka is fighting Ty right now, and that is slowing everyone down. And with that, Drift is now in the battle. The Haas driver has been brought straight into it by Suzuka. I can already feel the rage, but Ty does have the advantage, does have the left car between them. We'll have to see what Drift here on superior tires can do. Final DRS straight really here now. And is it going to be enough, or is it going to be too little? And it looks like it is going to be too little, unfortunately, for the Haas driver. Suzuka is still fighting Ty up front. Suzuka is still causing problems here. Refusing to be lapped side by side. But Verstappen does win. We'll keep an eye on this fight first, see what happens. SCP It's not really fighting Suzuka. Suzuka is being lapped here. The question is just where Drift and Dark Cloud are going to finish. And Drift here might actually send it to the final corners. Couldn't really get it done. And with that, Dark Cloud holds on to 6th. But yeah, Suzuka caused some mayhem at the end. Verstappen wins. Floof takes 2nd. Duck gets 3rd. Rudolph 4th. We have Tyne 5th. Then we have Dark Cloud 6th. Drift, Moreno, Daly, and Petrov. Angeman unfortunately could not recover back into points with the incident. And Baba here has punctured on the final lap. Honorable mention goes to pole position, who should be called reverse pole. Give Tar driver of the day.
You just have to accept that it's not going to be your race.
Who's Tar?
That'll be quite a blow having to cut their race short, but they'll be doing everything.
Well, hear me
they
out.
can to
AFN
come
not
back
finishing
stronger.
last while missing his PU gets my vote. Fair. Fair. The most action the McLaren's have had all season. This message was interrupted by Haas message. Recent glaze. Well, as much as I'm enjoying myself, I got a great lunch because I got to get finals done today. That's fair, Jeff. I appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoy your lunch, and I wish you good luck on your finals. But yeah. Race has been completed, and with that, Verstappen increases their lead. It's still a two-man show. I see if he can still get into this, but it's going to need some luck. The Duck here, Luna, could also get into this, but again, it's going to require some luck. And with the constructors now, that is a very healthy lead. It's still theoretically 135 points in this, but let's face it, the RBs have been strong. 5 wins so far this season. Haas has taken 2, and Ferrari has taken a win. Ando didn't add up there for a second. I could pass Luna. Why would you be happy about passing your teammate? Your teammate is not who you're competing with. But we're going to the fun place. The Shadow Realm is up next. Austria without the L. The short Austria. Austria, might be hated. This is where the championship could turn, because anything can happen at Austria. And as you can see, Floof did well last time around. Is not happy about it. And the weather should make this very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Who would ever have done something like this? Who would ever let AFN relive his worst memory? Why would I do such a thing? Welcome back, Ethan.
Welcome along.
Must have been the AI setting of Drain. Of course, I would never do such a thing just to make AFN suffer. I love that AFN got such a strong PTSD from last time that ability came into play that he just went, nah, I'm not even taking a chance.
There's tension in the air.
It is tension in the air. It's going to be a wet qualifying. It's going to be a wet race. And yeah, that should make it a little bit spicy. We like that, don't we? Let's just go with this. It works. It's not perfect, but it'll get it done for qualifying. Turbo, that counts as jinxing. You have now cursed to Floof with a bad performance. It might also be just straight up a one-shot qualifying here. It's going to remain wet for the entire session. It's going to get slowly wetter. And look at this. We're starting at 0.83. This is Pando's wet dream. Literally speaking. And they have given Pando at least one fresh component right now. He has been given a new ARS. This is Pando's wet dream. Adaptability. Q1. This is where the championship could end. Well, not end. Could really, really change simply because of the weather. I am curious if they have given Pando the components he needs. Kristappen here has a great start. 17-2. That's not too far off the expectations. We are all going to be looking for Pando's time here. That's the one to beat. And Pando, 17 blank. A very, very strong start from the pandemic.
Okay, currently P1.
Let us see what Pando has to offer. Kristappen is half a second off already. And look at Pando. Look at it. Pole, original pole. Kristappen should still be fine because no one else is putting a time on the board. No one else is putting a competitive time on the board. Suzuka, Daly, Duck, Pole, and Ethan are so far the ones looking to be in danger here. As Moreno finishes their lap, and then we're just waiting for Bolo. And yeah, Bolo is looking alright so far. If my driver don't take it... I'm sorry, everyone. Justin just said the funniest shit ever after the last qualifying session. As long as my driver doesn't take a sabbatical this quali, I'm gonna be happy, basically. Does practice at all influence the race? Because it can affect confidence. It basically affects the starting points of confidence and just how the confidence bar is distributed. But it's not actually practice itself. It's just a setup. So practice doesn't have anything to say on the confidence itself. It's just a setup itself. I'm about to eat my chair. I don't even want to jinx. No one wants to jinx. It's just that Floof is, you know, adapted to it. Like Floof was made to be jinxed. Two more chances here to improve. Baba is the first one out, and well, Tough is basically inside the butthole. And as you know, when two cars go out together, both of them have a terrible run. Side by side here. Tough is actually overtaking Baba in qualifying. And yeah, that is both their runs ruined. No one had a good corner right there. I'm not going to lie. And as it is getting wetter, we can see no improvements from anyone. And with that, Ethan, Pole, Duck, Daly, and Suzuka are both in trouble. Duck here is actually improving in the second sector. Duck needs an improvement here to get out of danger. And Floof too needs an improvement. Floof is kind of in the danger zone. Let's see how that goes. Duck did not improve. Daly, can you improve? Improves, but not enough. And that is kind of the what we expect here. 2 tenths off Lando. 2 tenths off getting out. What can Suzuka do? 4 tenths off getting off. And you'll have one more chance. And that chance will be without adaptability playing in. So hopefully you have built confidence enough to get out of trouble. Track condition has changed to damp. This will be your only opportunity. Bolo is immediately taking the opportunity to try and improve. No, this could be terrible. Highway to the danger zone. You did improve, Floof, so you're fine. Bolo did not, however, and is still somewhat in danger. But the qualifying master here needs to put in a great performance. I don't have faith in anyone really here but Duck. Maybe improving. So we'll be keeping an eye on him here. McLaren has done fine so far, but yeah, look, it's already a second lost in the first sector just due to the water on track. No one is going to improve here. It's going to be Pole, Suzuka, Daly, Ethan, and Living Duck out in Q1. And that adaptability kind of played a part. Duck now. Going to be somewhat out of the championship fight unless they have an insane recovery during the race itself. Never thought I'd say this, but bring back my Sauber days. Tough did get Q3. you didn't, boy, I would have changed it without with the help of AFN or nobody. Look at these guys going full strategic here on their builds. I love it. I love it. The weather is going to dry up towards the end. It's going to be another adaptability race. I'm not even joking. It's going to be another adaptability race for the final at the end of qualifying it. So we'll just get there as quick as we can. Pando is running wide and destroying his confidence immediately.
P1.
Apparently, I've given Floof a toe. I apologize for my sins. But as I mentioned, this lap doesn't matter. It's going to be the next one that's going to be the big one. Bolo, Tough, Baba, Petrov, Dangerman, and myself currently in the danger zone. They're going early for another confidence building run. Who is going to build confidence and who is going to destroy it? It's the big question. It's actually getting wetter. It's supposed to get drier. Damn, it's supposed to dry up. I need you to dry up a little bit quicker here. Are you lying to me, game? Okay, what if Floof's gone out on Intis? Okay, so we are just gonna have to try and go out last then. Ensure we get a Q3. Should be fine with allowing Floof to just get by to not cause problems. And we have damage from Porus. What happened here?
Got a yellow flag here.
There's been a crash in qualifying. Is it an unsafe rejoin? It is an unsafe rejoin. Mike, what are you doing? Pando and Mike.
DRS now active.
And Mike then
Things are all
spins.
right here.
No, Mike spun, and that's what started this whole debacle.
Oh, and around they spin. And that
Mike
certainly
spun
wouldn't have been in their
and then
plans today.
rejoined unsafely and took out Pando. That's really bad. I mean, that's really bad because now Floof's gonna have to deal with the where is Floof? There's Floof. Now Floof had a yellow flag and he's gonna have to deal with the traffic now in a couple of corners. That could put Floof in some serious danger right now. Yeah, Floof does not improve. Floof has been shuffled to the danger zone. And with basically everyone improving, Pando Porus is even running without half his front wing and doing better. Pando could get through this after crashing on the warm-up lap, overtaking an RB during qualifying. Is this going to be the redemption for Pando? The redemption arc we all dreamed of might happen right now, and Pando gets through here. Floof has been eliminated. Kristappen has been eliminated. Moreno is on the cusp of being eliminated. And with Petrov with past the pastry going through, Petrov gets eliminated, but that was going to happen anyways. Petrov, Moreno, Kristappen, Floof, Baba, and Tough out in Q2, and both the terrorist and the victim survived. That's insane. Are you guys fighting the chat while I'm busy? That's a clear assassination, yeah. Look at the favorite. The favorite survived. Yes, goodbye, Floof. You're both out. That's what you get for that's what you get for fighting in chat. Straight up. Oh, Comeback drive through Electric Boogaloo. It's water, Floof. Track's gonna be wet. Screw you, FN. So if I can get through with half a front wing, but I can't get through with a fully functional car, that's unfortunate, yes. I took out a second option on this race and you dare go out in Q2. If we have a second jinxer has hit the chat. Oh, okay. It's gonna get wetter as quality progresses. Okay, so no AFN. Adaptability here in Q3. Okay, Bolo is the first car out. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll allow some Red Bull. Sergeant, red flag? Luna! The Haas downfall needs to be studied.
Heading down the straight. Just flies into that crash.
Yeah, that's a pit lane
That
start.
is a miserable mark on their qualifying session.
That is a
Look at the
pit
team
lane
there. They
start for
knew
sure.
what that moment meant.
Not gonna change the quali weather though. Eat shit, Floof. I hope this is wholesome fighting. If someone gets feels like it's too much, let me know and we'll time someone out for a little bit. Rudolph this time, out first. Let us see if the VComp can secure a pole position. Because we've run out of, well, weather data, basically the entirety of qualifying is going to be 1.9 millimeters of water. There's going to be no change in conditions. There'll be time for 2 runs here. And Pando and Rudolph, very similar times there to start off with. Yeah, wholesome. I love Floof. Chat is always wholesome. How dare you, Lando? Now I must time you out for your sins. Rudolph here. Triple purple to start off with. Pando is 4/10 off. Dark Cloud is a full second off. What can Danger Man Maldonado do here? Maldonado is a few tenths down, but the good final sector could put it on the first row and does do just that. I has decided to sit in the pit lane alongside Mike. We've seen this one before with Pasta. Let's pray they actually do runs. Otherwise, my inbox is going to blow up. Polo is the first car out. I need to see Mike and I need to see SCP leave the pit lanes. Are we going to have 2 people in Q3 that are just going to sit it out? I think the answer to that is going to be yes. They are sitting out to help Luna. Well, Luna should start in the pit lane anyway, so it shouldn't really matter, but still. This is unacceptable. Just go sit in the corner and cry. Pando here. Purple first sector is going to try and take that pole position away from Rudolph. Improvement in the second sector. Is it going to be enough? And just like that, pole position has been snatched away and Rudolph cannot respond. No one really is improving here, but it's really just 6 cars participating. I and Mike has decided to just not participate in Q3. Curious. Luke, do you have anything to say about why why those 2 cars did not participate? Did you slide some money under the table? Hello Dan, how you doing? We're going to have an investigation after the race to see if Loof did some shenanigans there. I'm wondering how many cars are going to join me in the pit lane, though.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement.
Ferrari front row start
The
in a
crowd
wet
are ready,
race.
The cars are ready. It's the Austrian Grand Prix.
Do I spot a wet tyre further
It's
back?
lights out, and away we go.
Okay. So, we have Ty and Luna joining us for the pit lane. Glorious. The AI strategy never ceases to amaze me. And if we take a look at the track here, it's going to get a lot drier. Oh, this is going to actually be AFN's. I hope this area is going to be adaptability area. This could be AFN's wet dream again. And I haven't seen him, so he's missing all the fun. Someone needs to show him later, please. For now, we're just going to retire the cars, and then we'll see who had the best race start, and if someone dies, into the first corner. Panda with a terrible start. Not gonna lie, that is a bad one. That is a terrible one. And with that, we have a Ferrari getting shuffled. Maldonado, the curse. The curse is not stopping. Maldonado gets shuffled all the way down to 17th after getting pushed wide. Only Ethan behind him, really. That is unfortunate. That is not the start he was looking for. Standings right now, please. Standings right now is Rudolph takes the lead. If things remain as it is. I would change my name to Mario Balotelli. You'd probably do better though, honestly. Pasta Maldonado. Apparently the Italians did not like you naming your driver Pasta and just went, nah, that's an insult to our entire our entire lineage, and just shuffled you away. But yeah, with that, the changes here in position. The Pando having lost one, but everyone else gained one, and Max Duck here actually gains 5. That's insane. Pasta down 14 places is not what you like to see at the start of a race. Ferrari cooking me once again. I'm still scarred from the last season. It is destiny at this point, I guess. But right now, we've had a start here. There are some gaps forming. Once things start to dry out, that's when the fun begins. So we'll just speed this up a little bit for the first few laps. Well, everyone goes full tilt. I think Panda got shoved wide there. He was close and then he wasn't anymore. Polo continues the Red Bull tradition at this point by having mechanical failures. And honestly, we should take a look at what changed on both Luna's car, but also Ty's car. So let us start with Ty. They gave him a new ERS. Okay. They should have given him a new engine too. What about Luna? An entirely new car for the last couple of races here to deal with. This is actually kind of what you want at this point. Every single component has been refreshed. And Mike was the other one who didn't participate, but they haven't given you anything fresh. Life is tough for certain drivers, as it turns out. Turbo and Ethan, are you trying to kill me? We shall see, though. Luth is currently chilling, intent. So not all bad. And as you did, you sent Moreno to Shadow Realm and got an overtake. Your full name, Flu French supporter. Cash App rules, Cosby. Well, currently, You are in 7th, so I think that minimized. I think you need one more position to retain your lead if Rudolph takes the win. But the question is going to be, how dry is this period here going to be? Is it going to be dry enough that adaptability plays a role? Because if it is, then I think Pando is going to run away with it. We will have to wait and see. Right now, Rudolph and Pando are getting a little bit of a gap up front. Bolo is holding everyone up with a mechanical failure. Floof is just running in. What happened there? Danger Man, what did you do? I think Danger Man got shuffled wild, and Ethan and Luna has had an incident. The pain doesn't stop for the Haas driver here. Did Luna lock up? Luna locked up and touches Ethan inappropriately.
And just like that,
With that, those fresh components took a little bit of a whack, but shouldn't be too serious. But that should have hurt the gearbox a little bit for Ethan. No, French fan jinxed it. Yeah, Ethan with rear wing damage now. It's not what they needed at this point. You dominated Stream 1. Is there going to be a penalty here for drift? It should be. No penalty given. That is insane that you kind of got away with that. I'm not going to lie. That is actually nuts that you were allowed to just get away with that. And Bolo now has allowed their teammate to go, Mike, and is still holding everyone up. And that mechanical failure escalated and is no longer holding anyone but Floof and Petrov up. What exactly is the failure of Bolo? It's the gearbox. That is going to slow them down a lot, and you can already see the 4 sharks, if you will, trying to chase Bolo down and take their spot. But this is creating some gaps here for other teams to exploit. We'll have to see how this one works out in the long run. Tapping up into 5th, Cloud into 4th, and Mike is still holding on to 3rd at the moment. We'll have to see how this works. Floof now up into 6th, ahead of Petrov, ahead of Bolo. The Danger Man and
right, so this was the 4th corner.
Luna can't
Wide
get
they go,
out of
leaving the
trouble
racing
here.
line.
At this point, Luna is going to DNF. Ethan also decides that
Now
was a
we're
good
through
idea.
the last turn here. Just a bit too wide at that point. Perhaps a little lapse in concentration, maybe.
Luna DSQ for driving standards. Baba right now could do some wall work, but unfortunately the teammate is behind, so not the wall work you'd like, I think. Pando, Rudolph just chilling out front, having a good time. It is getting to the dry period though, and we've had another crash.
Now this was the Sauber.
It's the Sauber on Sauber
Not a lot of
violence.
wiggle room here.
We could have McLaren on McLaren violence, they're right
That was pretty
behind.
risky.
And they
I
did
imagine
push,
their confidence
one
will take
McLaren
them
did
off.
push the other wide. One McLaren did push the other wide. The Saubers connected with each other, and I think it's front wing damage for both. That it is. And Suzuka lost the position to Tough after pole position bullied him wide. Or her. Edster wide in this case. That's got to sting. Teammate on teammate violence. Has been bought FIA investigation for corruption. Floof has reached a point where he's no longer getting jinxed, it's instead his teammate that's getting jinxed. That is peak jinxing right now from Floof. And Pando is not giving up on taking the lead away here. You can already see just how much the tires hurt from following. And here we go. Pando is trying to make the move stick. Need to be braver on the brakes now, so we have a second yellow, well, another yellow flag, it's not the second one.
Got an incident
It's another
here.
crash.
Trouble for the Red Bull.
It's trouble for the Red Bull. Bolo, what have you done? Oh. Nice recovery, though. Really nice recovery.
And you can just feel
Who was the one that touched him inappropriately? Was it Moreno? It had to have been Moreno. Is that going to be a penalty for the Alpine? I'll have to wait and see, but Alpine on Red Bull Violence as Dark Cloud gets a mechanical fault and Rudolph has been overtaken. Is Rudolph going to get pushed wide here? No. Investigation involving cars. No penalties given. It's now dry condition. Let adaptability commence. Is it going to get a lot drier? A little bit. A little bit drier here. Say goodbye to your tires. The RS has been enabled. That is actually going to allow Rudolph to keep up with Pando, I think. Pando needs to get just the overtake done and then create a gap. But with that, Verstappen now up into 4th. Could move up even further. And also, Luft loses out a position into Petrov. Yeah, it is getting drier. Pando really needs to break the toe here to Rudolph and create a gap during this drier period. How are both of my drivers out already? It's because I retire my drivers. This is a competition between basically... let me just slow this down a little bit. It's basically a competition where the viewers of the channel make a driver. And Rudolph... I need to get that in 1x just to make sure that is fully on there. Let me just explain before we continue. Basically, Villain... Both of my drivers retire at the start of the race, and we allow 20 drivers made by viewers of the channel compete each other with the AI while we watch the hilarity that unfolds. That is literally what this series is. I don't actually participate at all. I just commentate poorly. And I do need to watch a replay of that.
Right, let's have a look now. Around turn 3. And the rear just lets go. In the end, just a helpless passenger.
Hello, Tess. How you doing? Tess, help. That's such blowing like crazy. I love the floof pain. It's why I'm here. Only for the pain of the floof. And Verstappen now up into a podium slot. With that, we do need the Mike Torpedo to lock in, launch, and take someone out. As Floof is just throwing right now. The adaptability really, really hurting. Floof down to 9th. And going to fall down even further if this continues. Bolo has a major mechanical fault to the gearbox, and even then is keeping up with the Haas driver. The Haas driver just giving up right now. As Petrov picks up a mechanical fault too. Both Mercedes suffering at the moment. I'm doing good, Tess. Struggling a little bit with the leg, which means that I'll have to go after this race simply because I need to go to a hospital appointment, even though it's basically the evening. But other than that, I'm just fine. Hope you're doing well. GG's guaranteed constructors. Bye, Floof. Why is my one adaptability worse than everyone else's one adaptability? Because you also have worse tires than them. Genuinely, that's why. I will hopefully recover smoothly. I'm going to basically a shockwave treatment type of thing to try and treat a partial tendon tear. So we'll see how that works out for me. Currently, though, you are fighting for a podium slot. Not bad at all. We'll have to see how this race develops, though. But right now, it's still going to get a little bit drier before it gets wetter again. And Bolo's pole position here has also picked up a mechanical fault. I will fill all your socks with concrete. Good luck with that. That's also need to get in on that next season. How did I tear my tendon? It's a partial tear. It's not fully teared. It's basically just from me being overworked as hell at work. Because we've been missing people for basically 6 months. So it's basically just it's a stress tear. So... Oh! Dark Cloud got shuffled off. Tess down to 5th here. That's a no-no move right there, Mike. That's not allowed. That's not fair play. Ignoring the first 3 races, my driver has been doing me proud. Oh, Danger Man this time. Floof has had enough. Floof's getting elbows out now. And just shuffling people off left and right. Still plenty of time left in this race. Still a lot of cars that could crash. We're at 0.68 right now. It is getting drier and drier, and Luna here is not making any inroads. Still down in 19th. And with that, we could see VCOB. Oh, Petrov got shuffled into the Shadow Realm. Floof with another victim. Floof has claimed another soul on his journey to punish whoever dares get close to him. If things remain as they are for the standings here, we are going to see Verstappen retain that lead, but lose a little bit of that gap. And we are going to very likely see a RB VCOB being kind of smashed. VCOB has been kind of dominating, not going to lie. But anything could still happen. We could see a Spinderella move. We could see a crash. So, right now, it's looking like it's going to come a VCOB as we see the first pit stop of the race from Moreno. Moreno has pitted, and as you can see, drops all the way to the back. So pitting here does come with a cost, but if, say, Boris pits, probably going to come out ahead of Floof, funnily enough, and then get shuffled off and get angry. As fate dictate. It is getting wetter. We still have DRS, even though it is a wet race. So we'll see how that works out. Right now, Verstappen and Mike are just swapping back and forth. Just one lockup is all that is needed for some more miles. And Drift is in the pit lane right now. Drift had a great start to the season, but the last couple of races have not been going well. And it is a fresh front wing there. And probably a hope for a safety car at this point. Apart from that, Suzuka is now up in the points. We'll have to see if they can hold on to that. Stuck is struggling. Ethan now comes in. That is just going to be, I think, a fresh set of tires. The damage is from a lockup. Luna Drift locked up and took him out. And Pando in the pit lane, pitting. Where are they going to come out? Ahead of Dark Cloud. But they are going to need to clear out both Verstappen and Mike. And Pando has had some incidents already this weekend, which could make it very, very interesting. Probably change for Living Duck here after teammate violence with Baba. And with that, they come out in 18th here. Still ahead of Luna. Yeah, Pando is quick and will quickly close down both Verstappen and Mike here. We are reaching the halfway point of the race where we expect most drivers to start pitting. Bolo now is coming in too. But Pando here has already caught up to two rivals up front. And now just needs to navigate and get by them without getting into a situation here. As Bolo and Baba are pitting. Pando is playing it safe at the moment. Rudolph and Dark Cloud into pits here. Clean stops from both. Where is Rudolph going to come out here? Comes out in 7th. Dark Cloud, on the other hand, comes out way further down the road. Going to make life a little bit more difficult, but critically has free air to get some undercutting done, so it's not all bad. Pando has retaken the lead and will now just sail off into the distance, I fear. I'll have to see when the rest pits here. Mike comes in. What did I miss? Not too much. I will not watch the next stream. Don't feel awful, Turbo. It's all just in good fun. Do not feel bad about anything that is happening during the stream. It is not your fault. Like Floof might say it's your fault, but I assure you it is in jest. So do not feel bad. It's perfectly fine. As Mike comes out in 10th next to Suzuka here. Tough is also pitting. And we have a Williams pit stop, slow pit stop here. They were hoping for points, and pit stop says no. Is what happened to them, unfortunately. Floof is begging to be pitted, but has decided that we're throwing it all away this weekend. We just want to get it out of here. Am I seeing a double stack from... I think it speaks for itself. Double stack from the McLarens. Interesting enough, pole position will not really lose a position due to it. We'll just lose time. Did not need to double stack, McLaren. You just caused problems for yourself right there. According the American team screwed me. It happens. I will become the self-jinxer. We're halfway through the race here, so no one should need to pit again. That's just the sort of pit strategy we've come to expect from the McLaren AI. True. And right now, Floof is getting overtaken by a VCarb with fresh tires because he does not want to pit. And because of that, he's going to get undercut by quite a number of cars behind him. Could even get shuffled to the Shadow Realm and lose more positions. 20 seconds, yeah. At this point, you might actually get undercut by the McLaren. Ethan, with the mechanical fault, is starting to become customary at this point. But yeah, V-Carbs here are doing very, very well. And Floof goes around another time. He will never pit. He will get a puncture. Turns out Floof used all of his inters in qualifying and they just sent them back by accident. Peak Floof strategy. Ninjaman now has picked up a fault, and finally we see both Floof and Petrov come into the pits. As there was a yellow flag. Ethan with a lockup. That's a bit unfortunate. Is it going to be a slow stop for the Hasses? No, it's not. That's unfortunate. I was looking forward to some more Floof rage. But he is released into traffic behind both Moreno and Daly. So maybe a little bit of Floof rage here. 38 seconds behind Pando right now. That is a lot of time to make up before the end of this. As Rudolph has pitted, Verstappen will need to pit. But Rudolph is definitely somewhat locked into second as things stand right now. Pole position picks up a mechanical failure, or rather it escalated. That is not good. And Suzuka, that double whammy for the McLarens. Fastest lap 2 goes the way of Suzuka, but both of them pick up a mechanical fault at the same time. And Tough then takes it away from them, insult to injury. Hello, Cosby. You are currently chilling out front. You'll catch the last 30 laps before I need to go, basically. Horus with a mechanical fault. That could shake things up a little bit. What exactly could Pando be struggling with? It's the gearbox. That's not a good thing to struggle with. Particularly in the rain. We'll have to see if that actually affects him. And Floof is still just collected by the beloved Alpines at this point. Mike will be trying to get by Danger Man as quickly as possible as they struggle with the fault. Maldonado now Pits and comes out in 10th, has done a beautiful recovery drive here, kind of unnoticed really, after being shuffled off very, very early in this race. Moreno let me through. I'm sending you to the Shadow Realm. Damn. It's a slow-ish stop for Aston, but I think it should be okay. Oh, we have a yellow flag. What happened this time? Luna just keeps on suffering.
Here we are down at turn 7. Oh, and they need to be watching those track limits. Fighting with the car just a little.
That is unfortunate for the Haas driver. But interesting enough, Verstappen could have a problem, and that is that VCOP just will not pit the car, and as a result of that, could get a puncture here. The AI could be stubborn and decide that we are going till the end on these inters, because if it is an inter race, you don't actually need to pit. If you can go till the end, you can just, you know, say that I don't want to pit. That might be what will happen here with Verstappen, and if that happens, you are getting a puncture. No way you're getting to the end on those 45% tires. If you do, you are running full on conserve, and that would be kind of wild. As StarCloud runs wide, but is still in 5th, and is still pretty much chilling as things stand. Mike is catching up to Rudolph, however. And Maldonado, who was doing well, has got a mechanical fault. Suzuka's mechanical fault has escalated. What is ailing Maldonado? It's a destroyed ERS. For some reason, Ferrari refuses to give you new parts. And for the McLarens, it's an engine go bang bang for Lando. And it's an ERS go bang bang for Edster. Not a good scenario. Verstappen finally pits with 20 laps to go. Someone... Oh, that's a slow VCOP stop. That's gonna hurt. Can the Alpine duo get out ahead? They cannot. But Ty gets shuffled wide, and that allows Floof some freedom. Verstappen now is out in 5th, but ultimately out ahead of the Floofster. Pando is still just chilling out front, and we'll have to see what Mike can do here now. Can Mike close down and get Rudolph by the end of this? Is Floof going to send another car to the Shadow Realm? Oh, for sense's sake. Floof getting walled by Team Alpine. It's beautiful, isn't it, Dan? I think Floof finally found some freedom. Oh, never mind. Floof did not find freedom. Floof found the gravel.
Right there.
We need to watch that in high definition.
Now we're just proceeding through turn 4. And round they go.
Finally clears the Alpine, and then shuffles it straight into the gravel. And the Alpine is back ahead. Spin to win, indeed. I waved as I passed you. Dan with the banter. We do love to see that. Not gonna lie. Good banter is always appreciated around here. We are less than 20 laps to go. Currently, Pando has a pretty straightforward lead here. Unless it crashes or there's a safety car, that should be a straight-up win. Rudolph now has a mechanical failure. We'll take a look at what that is in a second. Then we have Mike in 3rd. StarCloud in 4th. Verstappen is trying to chase down the Mercedes driver, however. Moreno is chilling in 6th after Floof did a spin-to-win move. And the AI has decided that Ty is not allowed to pit. And Ty is kind of holding up a lot of cars at the moment. That's the best way I can describe this situation. Suzuka has actually found some freedom. That would be huge for a McLaren that is struggling to score points and has been struggling with the car. If Ty could hold someone up, which he cannot, Living Dog immediately gets freedom, it could cause some problems here. Daly finally does pit. But what is causing the ailment on Rudolph? It's an engine go bang bang situation.
Oh no! That's a slow
And it's a
pit
slow
there.
stop for Aston, till to injury. Living Duck versus Suzuka. Who's going to get sent to the realm of shadows? Maldonado has reported that his ERS that he was struggling with has recovered, and that could see him improve from 10th. Does have a tire advantage on 2 cars ahead, and if they just fight each other a little bit too hard, that could work out to their advantage. But Alpine has definitely decided that Ty is going to get shafted this season. They've given him worse parts, needed actual editor work to give him proper parts, and now they're keeping him out on 56 lap old Inters. 15 laps to go. He's going to get a puncture. No way around it. I don't see any way around this man not getting a puncture and potentially sending the car into the wall as a result. Oh, look, they took my advice and finally sent him into the pit lane. Why am I in the points? This is heresy. Not only are you in the point, Edstead, but you're in the points with a major mechanical failure. That's heresy of the next level. No, Cosby, don't watch Bahrain. 15 laps to go here. We'll have to see how well Edster can defend. And in terms of the weather, it's just going to get weather. So adaptability will not take part here. And Edster, just as he mentioned that, gets sent down to 13th with a potential shadow roll move from Duck. That is very, very unfortunate. You shouldn't have said anything else there. You know the rules. You said it was heresy, and heresy got immediately fixed. That is incredibly unfortunate. Yellow flag. Verstappen is going to try and get back into 4th here, into podiums. And Ty has continued his bad luck here with a spin.
Everything's all right here. Oh no, that's not how to do it.
To the Shadow Realm goes the man in almost last. Was kept out for 57 laps in a 70-lap race. I mean, that is a reason to be upset. Mike here is getting to a point now where they can challenge Rudolph. Verstappen is also not giving up on Dark Cloud. Pressure is building. And it is wet. Just one incident is all that is needed. And particularly with an Aston here that is refusing to get out of the way, it's going to make life a little bit rough. Daly is getting lapped, but is absolutely refusing to get out of the way of Rudolph. Finally, stepped aside. Further down the road, Maldonado has gotten past Duck and is now chilling in 8th. Again, a very, very good recovery drive after an incident basically sent to the back of the grid at the race start. Verstappen has managed to clear a Dark Cloud, and we've had another crash.
Now we should be able to take a look here.
Bolo Molo and
Heading into turn
Ty, I
one.
believe.
Dangerously close to each other.
Ty just not leaving any space there for Bolo. And with that, front wing damage for the Red Bull. That is not good. But also, they're not fighting for points, so it shouldn't have huge implications. Is Ty going to get penalized for that? No. Gets away scot-free. Baba, mechanical fault. We could have a safety car here to shake things up at the end. So many cars that are close to terminal damage. But this season has been surprisingly clean so far in terms of red flags and safety cars. We've had more of them in quali than we've had in the races. Right now, really a lot going on here. It's just a fight for 9th, 10th, and 8th at the moment. The rest have been cleanly separated. Floof is going to try and chase down Moreno, but it's going to be a tough ask as Duck gets ahead of Maldonado, and Maldonado immediately gets back ahead. Gonna speed this up a little bit. We are at the end of the race, but I'm gonna admit that I'm a little bit behind schedule. And since there is nothing really interesting happening here, except for the Maldonado Duck Petrov fight, which seems to be coming to an end, I say that, Floof is actually catching up to the car in front and basically inside of it. We'll take the three last laps there a little bit slower. So, are you laughing at Floof's performance? Is that what I'm seeing? Floof has had a lot of bad luck, to be fair. I'm a one-time drivers champion. I will milk that always. I mean, that's fair. You are a champion. Petrov is also trying to get Living Duck here and gets that move made. Is it going to stick, though? Looks like it. And Floof here. You have 3 laps to get this move done. Renault is holding on, defending very, very well at the moment. You might have to get elbows out and send another man to the Shadow Realm, Floof. You wouldn't know that Floof would be walled by an Alpine. It's poetic justice, is what it is. Petrov, after clearing Duck, is now actually going for Maldonado. Maldonado should be good though, has better tires. I don't see anything happening there. Petrov had made surprising overtakes before, it could happen again. And Floof now is running out of steam, running out of battery, and Alpine supremacy is going to stop him from taking this 6th place, I believe. I think the MVP over the whole longevity is Petrov. I mean, makes sense. The one with the most tiles, I do believe. Back Marcus causing some problems here for the fight between Floof and the fight between Petrov and Maldonado. Right now, final lap, Pando is in the lead, Rudolph is second. Mike should secure the podium here unless an Aston decides to get cheeky. Verstappen in 4th, then we have Dark Cloud, Moreno, Floof, Maldonado, Petrov, and Duck. And right now, the only one who's poised for any sort of overtake would be Floof. This is going to be one of the last chances down this straight. Do you have anything to give here? The answer is no. Alpine is just so quick. It's actually catching up to Dark Cloud here. That's how hard they're pushing to keep possession. And Duck here on Petrov's tail. We'll have to see what happens here. Yeah, right now, Moreno is closer. And Petrov, Duck actually got the overtake done here on Petrov. That's unfortunate. But with that, we have our results here in Austria. Panda wins, Rudolph gets second, Mike finished off the podium, then we have Verstappen, Dark Cloud, Renault, Floof, Maldonado, Duck, and Petrov. Williams, close, but no cigar here, finishes in 11th. And Drift, who was a championship contender at the beginning, finished a disappointing 15th place.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be your race.
Having to retire
I
early
already
will
did
no
my
doubt
duty
be
to
a
pass
bitter
that country. Adapter AFN. So with that, Verstappen secures fast lap on the final lap here, minimizing the points loss to their teammate. And with that, in the drivers, 2 races to go, 9 points between top 2. Ty's gonna need to lock in to get into this. Duck is gonna need to win both races, with neither of these guys scoring points to get into this. So it looks like the last 2 race weekend will be Rudolph versus Verstappen. And Constructors has ended, basically. 90 points up for grabs. RB has secured it here with this result. Has needed a little bit more from Luna, needed a little bit more from Floof. With that, they're kind of out of the running now. As is very likely to end second, but the fight here will be for the third slot between Alpine and we'll have to see if Ferrari can pull themselves together, or Sauber will do it and catch Alpine. Currently, both battle for last, McLaren versus Williams, 3 points between them. And honestly, I say Luna needs to pull herself together, but reality here is Floof needs to do a little bit more. He's behind. But yeah, with that, I'm going to have to run. We will finish this off most likely tomorrow around the same time. I might delay the start of the stream by an hour compared to today. If that is better for everyone, since we're just doing 2 races, let me know what works best on Discord. And I, once again, thank you all for participating. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it a ton. And I will see you all next time. Wet Brazil, by the way. Do we know if Brazil's going to be wet? But yeah, thank you all very much, and I shall see you all next time. Bye-bye. Let me know again on Discord which time slot would be better. Starting at the usual time or start an hour later. That's really all we can do. See you all next time. Bye-bye.